Please stand and join with Kim Duran in singing the national anthem of Australia.
Sensational start to the 1984 grand final. Two players, Craig Balme and Tim Evans, may have been reported before the ball has even been bounced. It's a sellout. A crowd of more than 50,000 people here to witness the legs against the Pies in the 1984 grand final. Payne sends him to attack up towards the right forward pocket. Williams searches for the ball, but it goes out of play. What a sensation. There's the ball. It's on again. Umpire Argent has got his hands full. Players running from everywhere. It's on. It's a stouse. What an unbelievable start. Balme and Evans had to be separated by an umpire while the Australian anthem was being played. And now within the first 37 seconds of the game, there's a pile-up of about 25 to 30 players, and they still want to box on. The leg runner goes out. Umpire John Hilton in his first grand final just telling players to cut it out. Umpire Argent, I think
free kick to Michael Aish.
A free kick to Michael Aish. Only 30 metres out. Peter Marker, what an unbelievable start.
Incredible, Ian. We saw Craig Balme and Tim Evans have a go, and of course John Harvey's got the job on Michael Aish. The free kick is going to go to Michael Aish. There's no doubt about that. The Magpies supporters don't like it. I must admit I didn't see it start. I was looking at Craig Balme at the time. I thought there might have been something happening up that end. Michael Aish has got it set up. Norwood kicking with the breeze. He's got it. First goal on the board to the Redlegs for the grand final of 1984. What a great start to the game.
Well, I don't know whether you'd call it a great start, Peter, a sensational start. I didn't see it. The ball had gone out of bounds. In fact, I only was recalled to the incident when the crowd started to roar and it was on. Well, of course, Michael Aish is being stood by his minder, John Harvey, brought especially into the Port Adelaide side to keep the Norwood Star out of it.
Well, the umpires have got a big job ahead of them. So have the players, of course. John Hall got his left hand to it. Through goes Clifford. Long into attack. Bruce Winter gets good position for the mark, and away comes Craig Balme. Oh, just missed. Belton. Ross picked the ball up and floats one out towards centre wing. Here comes Payne. May not get to it. Doesn't. Might get a free kick though, yes, push in the back. Silly free kick given away on that occasion by Brenton Owens. Roberts leading, but it won't reach that player. Up goes Vardeniger. The free kick to Michaelini. He was pushed before acceptances. G. Nord has started well. Laughlin's up there under the ball. Big leap, but a good mark taken by Dexter Kennedy.
Max James is in the Port Adelaide senior side, coming back, I would think, about 32 years of age. Ben Harris couldn't make it. Big John Hall right on the line. He's lost the footy. The umpires are going to have their work cut out here and give out a few frees early in the game to stop a further stoush up. A goal to the legs in the first 3 minutes of the game. Kicking with the breeze, estimated possibly worth 2 goals. Bounce down half forward right flank. Kennedy against Michaelini. Michael Aish. In goes Leslie. Gallagher there as well. A throw in half forward right flank. Kennedy against Michaelini at the throw in. Kennedy used his body, gets his hand on the ball first. Kinnear missed it. Harvey, Anderson, Port Adelaide with method. Over towards centre field. Or down went Bradley. Wayne Russell's got a chance now. Wobbles one in towards Geneva. He's got problems. Taking him, Belton gets it. Left foot, hooks in towards goal. Evans and Balme. Evans in front of him. And it's on again. In they go. Uncontrollable. Harris just took care of Lester Ross. The umpire's losing control.
I'll tell you what, Ian, that was ridiculous for Knight to come in like that. Balme went for the spoil. OK, it may not have been the tidiest spoil you've seen, but Evans is all right. He wasn't hit in the incident. The ball has been taken off Evans and it's going to Norwood. Incredible scenes at Football Park.
Well, Peter, this is ridiculous football by Port Adelaide. They've been sucked in. Hook, line and sinker. Winter. A long kick back towards centre wing. What a start. Payne, the running player, Keith Thomas, a beautiful sit on the ball. They wanted it half forward. Roberts behind the pack. Going to get a leap away. Off the pack, Greg Thomas, right forward pocket. Hooks around the corner. Getting back desperately is Curtis. The bounce is OK by Port Adelaide. And only a point is results. 1-1 to the leg. Port Adelaide hasn't scored.
Well, Craig Balme is still having a big go at Tim Evans, and some of his gestures, I can tell you what, they're not too friendly. In front, Anderson, good mark. Well, there's Russell Ebert. Hasn't really been near the ball at this stage, but he'd want to quieten a few of his players down because they really have been sucked in. Harris came in strong. Aish will get the free kick. A little bit lucky. Wayne Russell was coming in hard. He had his eyes on the ball, but he took Michael Aish out. Michael Aish wants Roberts. Roberts on a lead. It won't get to him. Good interception there by Gill, and he takes the mark at centre-half back. Sensational beginning to the 84 grand final. Amazing scenes. Good pass out towards Leslie. Oh, it looked good, but Aish was beaten by a bounce. He pushed his own player over, Leslie. Harvey went down, and the umpire will throw it in. John Harvey's got the job on Michael Aish, but it's been reported pretty widely that Harvey's not in the best of form. Maybe a mistake, you never know. Aish, Keith Thomas, Bradley was nearly knocked out when he got the ball last time. Now Clifford, not a good kick forward. Tom Warhurst, very easy at centre-half back.
Norwood go out through Andrew Jarvis. Will he kick with that left leg? Yes, he goes long. A pulled muscle earlier in the season, or early in the final season. Michaelini for the crumbs. Going through Owens, showing a lot of pace. Left the footy behind. Got it back to Curtis. Curtis, half-back flank, puts it out towards Ebert. Couldn't get it. Fosdyke in. High tackle. Port Adelaide free kick. And it's going to be the Port Adelaide captain coach to send the Magpies into attack. A 15-metre penalty. Evans in the square, wants it in quick. One-on-one back there with Balme. Ebert is almost within kicking distance, although perhaps not into this breeze. The kick is not a good one. Going to drop short. Geneva getting back. Jarvis too. Got out a handball. Not a good one. Player stack up now. Belton puts on a tackle. Michael Aish towards the pocket. He gets bundled over the line. It's out of play. Or is he going to give a free kick to Michael Aish? Well, they're minding him just a little too ferociously at the moment.
They certainly are. 3 free kicks so far. Michael Aish kicks long along grandstand boundary. Dexter Kennedy, big leap. Bradley's got it now. The left boot puts the ball to centre-half forward. Big leap behind from Ebert. Couldn't mark the ball. Nearly a free kick to Jarvis. Kinnear gets it out to Knight. Here's Port Adelaide's first goal. He sets it up and it's through. free kick, but Port have got one. They trail Norwood 7 points.
Well, the Magpies are away, but gee, they were unsettled there for a while. Ebert was the flyer. Jarvis there. Ebert the tackler. That's where they wanted the free kick, but it was Kinnear who got the handball over. Night clear, 30 metres out, steadies, and the Magpies are away. 1-1 the legs, a goal to Port Adelaide.
Back to the centre, we see John Hall there and Dexter Kennedy. Gee, Dexter Kennedy started very well. Hall got the tap down. McIntosh couldn't pick it up. He's not having the best of final series. Michael Annie virtually gave it to McIntosh, but umpire Argent's going to bounce it. Well, things have quietened down a little bit at this stage. As well they might. Hall in front. Missed it completely. Leslie couldn't quite get through. He was being retarded according to umpire Argent. He gets the handball out now. Gill, short to Anderson. He takes a good mark just the attack side of centre wing. The Magpies have steadied. Anderson goes long, looking for Evans. Balme is right with him. Evans made a space and took a good mark. I think he's a bit fired up, Tim Evans. I think there's a feeling in the Norwood camp that he's not the strongest of full forwards. But they'd want to remember one thing. He can kick goals. He's got 123 so far this year. That didn't work for him. Away comes Scanlon. Balme. Timmy punched the ball there, but I don't think that's where he aimed it. He's being ridiculous, Tim Evans. He's totally upset by what's going on. You'd think that he could take it a little bit better than he is. Whilst you can't always agree with what's handed out to Tim Evans, he's not really handling it too well.
Peter, I get the impression they're far from friendly.
Definitely. Bradley couldn't pick the ball up. Greg Thomas, Lester Ross. Thomas fires out of the pack pretty well. He's got nowhere to go. Belton's under that ball. Keith Thomas, no mark. Through towards Leslie, close to the line, and it goes over.
Throw in, half forward, left flank, almost out to centre wing. The Magpies in attack. Down by a point, kicking into the breeze. A throw in. Kennedy in front spot, already working well. Thomas goes looking for it. Belton there with him. A stack up of players. Umpire Argent sorts one out. Umpire Laurie Argent in his third grand final had a fine season. 193. It wasn't Argent, that was Hilton on that occasion who gave it his first grand final. But a long kick in by Curtis towards the half forward line. Hall back in defence. Takes a fine mark and the umpire's found a free kick.
Ridiculous decision. He paid the mark, Ian.
Paid the mark to Russell Ebert.
Paid the mark.
Interesting, Peter. Let's have a look at it in replay. You've got to pay the man in front, surely. The umpire didn't. 15 metres as well. Russell Ebert now, 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. He's one man with the experience. To settle down the Port Adelaide side, his second kick. Ball not coming back with a breeze at all. In fact, it's going further away and finally only just registers a point. The Magpies tie up the ball game at 7 points apiece.
Well, some poetic justice there, if in fact that was paid as a mark, which I think it was. It certainly wasn't the correct decision. Balme gets a little bit of a boo as he kicks off. Up goes Harvey, couldn't take the mark. Gallagher appeared to drop that ball. Michael Annie went through. Now Anderson kicks around the corner with the left boot. Up goes Scanlon. G. Norwood, players everywhere. That's Lester Ross. That was a good mark. Bardeniger leads and marks low to the ground. He's going to play it on now. Roberts behind. Gets the leap. Couldn't take the mark. Payne. Gallagher, a bit soft there, had the ball taken off him. Now Roberts gets out to McIntosh. A long handball to Keith Thomas. He sets it up, just offline. And now it's the Redlegs under pressure in because they've got the breeze and they're only a point up at the 12-minute mark.
Yes, Peter, it must be pretty strong. You saw that kick from Thomas. It looked to be dead centre but went away with that strong left to right breeze as you look at the screen. Blowing from the north towards the golf course end. The kick in by James, holding up into that breeze. Anderson at the back of the pack with him, Anthony Williams. And he takes the ball across the line for a throw-in. Half forward, right flank. The legs in attack, up by a point. Won the toss, kick with a breeze. Michael Annie against Leslie. And the umpire has seen a free kick to Martin Leslie against Big Jim. and the Port Adelaide centre-half back to relief for the Pines. Once again, that breeze is pretty strong up there, holding up to the breeze behind Warhurst. He's given someone out an edge out. That's a Port Adelaide free kick to Dwayne Russell. Gee, he collected earlier, and I'm just trying to think who he collected. Michael Ace, when he went to mark the ball, he cost him a free kick, but he went into the pack. Very hard indeed. Dwayne Russell from centre wing now to put the Magpies into attack. A ground covering kick to the half-forward line. Getting back there was Hall. Couldn't mark it. McIntosh out, supported now by Lachlan. Under pressure, jammed off the boot. Not a good one. Warhurst out wider still now. Greg Thomas. James takes care of him. Out he goes. What a tackle. Holding the ball. And Max James is certainly not at full-back at the moment.
No. Looks like Michael Ace is at full forward and Harvey's on him. James goes to centre-half forward. Big John Hall takes a fine mark. Well, Norwood started well, but they haven't done much in the last 7 or 8 minutes. John Hall kicks to centre wing. Gee, there's no one there for Norwood. Kennedy in front, taken off hands, but Max James pushed it through. Thomas holding the ball for the second time in 2 minutes. And that's not good football. A couple of great tackles, though, by the Port Adelaide players. First James, then Curtis. She's wobbled one in towards Clifford. Just gets the kick away. Jarvis, good mark. 2 grabs. He missed the preliminary final with an ankle injury. Scanlon runs it out. Now Winter. Thought Fosdyke would have got it next, but he didn't. Rocky Roberts fell over. Payne with the pace. Williams gets the shove. Payne cops a high one, and he'll take a free kick. Bomber is not entirely happy with the decision.
It was against Owens, I think, Peter. But Bomber would still have his 6th pennant.
Certainly is. 14 free kicks in the first 14 minutes of the game, which is certainly a very high percentage. That's 1 a minute. Payne, normally a good goal kicker. Gee, it looked good off the boot, but he's offline. Norwood have got a fit of the inaccuracies this week. They're 1-3, Port Adelaide 1-1.
Anthony Williams to kick the ball back into play. Crowd starting to simmer down now. What a start. Unparalleled in my memory, spanning back over 20 years. Anthony Williams towards the grandstand side. Anderson, Fosdyke at the back there with a big leap by Michael Annie. Got it out there. Daniger, I think it was. But the umpire said it's a throw, and the free kick will go the way of Craig Bradley on the half-back flank. 1-1 Port Adelaide, 1-3 the legs. And certainly Port Adelaide have steadied. Their tackling has been brilliant. Bradley takes off across field. Going to run himself into trouble here. Has the pace to get out. Just got the kick away in time. Goes out wide. Knight is out there. Jarvis, Tom Warhurst going through. Owens left the footy behind. Gallagher quickly in here. Dwayne Russell. Knight a chance now. The Magpies into attack up towards Belton. He's got it. Half-forward line. 1-on-1 in the square. They want to get it on quickly, Port Adelaide. The umpire said a high tackle. Port Adelaide have lost it again. That's the 3rd time this has had Peter Marker.
That's against Clifford. Clifford used the elbow on Lachlan on the way through in, and pretty perceptive umpiring.
Good umpiring at the moment, and gee, do you think they've got their hands full as they go to the half-forward line? Daniger looks for backup support. Gallagher is there, shoots it high to the half-forward line. Getting underneath it is Thomas and Curtis. Curtis too strong, too experienced, takes a fine defensive mark. Kick number 4 going to Dexter Kennedy, centre wing, and the big fellow gets it centimetres inside the line.
Dexter's been killing them in recent weeks. Winter has to go back. Dexter just gets the kick away, may have been touched. Up goes Dwayne Russell. Beautifully read, Russell Ebert. Puts it in long towards Evans, but it won't reach that player. Great mark, Mr. Ross, in front. What change coming for the Redlegs as Neil Hine gets ready to come on. 15-metre penalty against Ginnivan. Port Adelaide players not getting the ball back quickly enough. Well, there are funny things happening in the Norwood forward lines. Michael Ace at full forward. Off hands there. No, a mark being paid to Hine. Lachlan provides the run. Big leap from behind. Roberts, Williams in front. Taken beautifully by Curtis. Port Adelaide running now. They can set this up. Kinnear to Clifford. Short towards Belton. Evans is on his own at the moment. Balme will have to get back on him. The quick kick around the corner. Evans has got the run of it. Onto the left boot. Great kick for goal, but it didn't bounce for him. Only a point. 1-2 Port Adelaide. Norwood 1-3, and the wind may have died a bit, Ian, but I get the feeling the Redlegs started well, but they've tapered off a bit.
The Port defence in brilliant touch, especially Curtis. Thomas goes for it, run down grandstand side, 2 bounces, long kick, half forward line. Port Adelaide take the markers. Brendan Owens, and he's played a fine hand in defence as well. Brendan Owens inside that half back line, wobbles that awkward kicking style back to Vardaniga. Big leap, good mark. He's got it, the legs to go into attack again. Their forward line's a little bit of a mess at the moment. Vardaniga's kick is going to the lead of Michael Ace. Got up high, Harvey back there with him. Payne chases the ball to the line, but it's out of play, right forward pocket. We've seen this once before in the final series. Michael Ace going to full forward, Peter, when he had a tagger on him, and I just can't recall the game. You might be able to help in a second. Throw in right forward pocket. Kennedy out in front of Michael Aney. Payne, Owens close to the line. Action replay, throw in right forward pocket.
So I can't think of the game, Ian, but it's an unsettling thing for the Redlegs. Ace at full forward for mine is not right. He's their best ball getter, and that's where he should be.
Peter, was it against Centrals when Rowe was on him?
Yes, it may have been, Ian. Hine couldn't take the mark. Belton's tackled. Warhurst off hands. A long kick out in front of Rocky Roberts. He won't mark it. Comes back towards Michael Aney. He's in trouble. McIntosh copped a high one. Holding the ball. Well, that's the way it goes. Kennedy pulled it out towards grandstand side. Fosdyke under the ball, and that's a good mark. Not a good kick away by Kennedy. The umpires have made it clear that it's not going to be a soft game. Earn your free kicks. Thomas. Lachlan was on his own, but Thomas will go in long. The Redlegs need a score. They're not playing well. The forward line in disarray. Off hands it comes. James shoots it out, or Gill it was, very quickly. Owens gets caught. The umpire will throw it in.
Young Thomas, Peter, not making his decisions quickly enough at the moment. Maybe a little bit of inexperience showing.
Kennedy in front. Tapped it down or missed Fosdyke. Anderson, a quick kick away. Here's another chance now for McIntosh. He picks it up, goes in long. Aish not there. He is now. Aish and Roberts. Aish, had the chance to get it to Roberts. A bit slow on it. Roberts caught holding the ball. That's a good decision.
Yes, Peter. A little bit of indecision between Aish there and Roberts. Both let the other one take it as Gill kicks the ball clear. Half-back flank, up high, Hine, second grab, third, has been paid the mark. Neil Hine interchanged just a short moment ago with Big John Hall to put the legs into attack. Half forward, right flank, puts it in high. Roberts is going to get a leap. He was pushed right out of it. The umpire standing on the scene, wasn't worried about it. Payne in there fighting for the ball. It looks to be Kinnear, or is it Leslie? No, Kinnear it is. And the umpire, no, I was right the second time, Martin Leslie, as he comes up for air. A bounce down, 30 metres out. Norwood in attack, needing goals quickly. Gill got it out to James. Looks for the lead of Russell. Warhurst against the Taiji. Took a heavy knock there, but he's going to get a free kick for it. He was sandwiched between 2 Port Adelaide players, and Tom Warhurst too far out to score. Let's have a look at it on replay. You can see him there, the meat and the sandwich. Good mark, Dexter Kennedy. Port Adelaide defence standing up brilliantly.
Dexter's killing them. Best big man on the ground, 4 marks. Clifford won't mark it. Gallagher's got it. Shoots it back to Aish. Tackle's a bit soft. He's in big trouble. Harvey's got it now. They're all waiting for free kicks. There are none out there. Clifford had to get rid of it quickly. Now it's out. The umpire will throw it in. Good umpiring. As I said before, no soft free kicks out there. Not after the way the players started. They set the pattern. Down Thomas goes. Gee, the tackling's pretty hot. Gallagher. Wobbly old kick away. McIntosh. He's got it now. Good mark. The important thing for Norwood is, can he kick a goal? They are desperate for a score. They're leading by a point, but they've got a 2-goal breeze. Roberts fell over. McIntosh. Distance, no worry. Dead centre. Good goal, McIntosh. Norwood a 2-3, Porter 1-2.
A solid customer. He won't mind the rough stuff out there. He loves a scrap, and that was a good mark. It was a floating punt kick. He had to wait while the defence came down on him. Gallagher got it away in a hurry, and what's stood his ground well there as Bradley came down, and a fine kick for goal, and Norwood certainly needed it.
The bounce down, we see Neil Hine and Dexter Kennedy. Two tallest players on the ground to do battle. Hine got the hand to it, but it was stolen by Bradley. Beautiful handball. Clifford, long, didn't have a look. Winter, he reads the ball beautifully. Hooks it back towards Greg Thomas. What a kick. Picked him out superbly from 50 metres. 15-metre penalty pay, but it's Hine who gets the kick away. Big leap from behind you. That hit Curtis right on the head. Anderson, wobbly old handball out. Owen's in trouble. It's out of bounds. Attack side of centre wing for Norwood.
22 minutes gone in the grand final. Kennedy against Michael Annie. Kennedy once again gets his hands to the ball. Belton wobbles one forward. Anderson did it well. The loose man is there. White to Bradley. Oh, he had to throw it away like a brick. And there goes Fosdyke. Fosdyke gives it over now to McIntosh. Running past Ganlon. Norwood into attack again. A long one up towards the half-forward line. Ace comes to meet it. Rocky Rockman's in there. Payne. There's the ball gone. One down. Great tackle, Owens. Play on is the call. In goes Payne again. Free kick Norwood.
Free kick Vardeniger.
Thank you, Peter.
The umpire said he was being held onto Ian. It was a bit soft, but technically it was there.
Vardeniger went to chase the crumbs. Let's have a look at it. And certainly Vardeniger was retarded there. Or maybe it was a push. Either way, he's going to get the free kick. Only 15 metres out. Third kick, Vardeniger. That's home. He's got his first. The legs third. 3-3. They lead Port Adelaide 1-2.
Well, vital goals for Norwood. We'll have a look at it again. Roberts couldn't mark the ball. It went over the top. You'll see Payne with the run of it. Now, he was tackled well by Owens. Owens let the tackle go. This is it. James onto Vardeniger. As I said, very, very soft. Vardeniger was over the ball. They may have been a little bit lucky to get that one, but it's history now. Norwood 3-3, Port 1-2.
Kennedy against Hine at the centre bounce, a good one. Hine, the taller of the two, gets the tap away, stolen by Belton. Belton now sends the Magpies into attack. A long lead out there to Ebert. Ebert's got it half-forward line. Port Adelaide in attack through their captain coach. Evans wants it in quickly, going in Hine. Balme getting back there with him. Scanning over the top, thumps the ball clear, and he thumps it out of play. Left forward pocket with the Magpies in attack. Approaching time on in the first quarter. Hine back in defence for the legs. Dwayne Russell looks as though he's going for the throw-in against Hine. Hine should have the height. Russell almost grabbed it. Hine into the bottom of the pack, and the umpire will come in and separate players for a bounce. 3-3 plays 1-2.
Russell Ebert just got a smack in the face then, but he would have had plenty of those during his long career. Well, Russell got very high, but Hine put it back to Winter. Warhurst got the long handball out. Belton has his feet taken from under him. Back it goes. Geneva, Ross. Port Adelaide a chance here. Oh, that was high. The umpire saw it. Dwayne Russell used the hand illegally on Ross, even though he had the ball. There it is. You're not allowed to do that, apparently. Ross kicks it back to half-back. Ace in front. Good spoil away, Harvey. Greg Thomas caught again. We've seen him caught plenty of times, but I don't want to be too critical of Greg Thomas. It's pretty tough out there. The tackling is as good as I've seen for a long time. Neil Hine is in front of Dexter Kennedy for the throw-in. The big Dexter is playing well. Hine got it down to Vardeniger. His handball wasn't clear. Owens fell over on the kick that hit Lester Ross. It's gone out for another ball in the attack side of centre wing for the Magpies.
It's rugged. Kennedy against Hine. Hine in front. Kennedy tries to work it. Hine taps it out there towards Fosdyke under pressure. Tunnel balls it out. Down goes Gill. He's going to get a free kick, and he's marginally in the attacking division for Port Adelaide. Alan Gill started on the half-back flank. He's on Vardeniger at the moment. As he drives the ball, it's an awkward tumble punt kick. Warhurst over the top. Second grab, third grab. He's paid the mark. Tom thought about the handball, but he's going back to kick the legs out of defence. Up towards centre wing. Michael Annie's there with Leslie. Vardeniger having a good first quarter. Looks for backup support. Gives it across to Michael Annie. He was flat-footed, but got the kick away. Out goes Robert. He's going to have to make a metre to get there. He can't, and it's out of bounds in the right forward pocket. 26 minutes gone.
Gee, and those last two goals for Norwood have been handy. Port Adelaide don't look too flash up forward with Evans a little bit unsettled. Can't blame the big chap. He's had plenty thrown at him, but I don't think he's handled it too well. Gallagher, Aish, Thomas, 3 or 4 stars there. Roberts in front. He's got it! The first time that Roberts has had a chance, really. Anthony Williams has handled him very well up till now. But Roberts made good position. Took his first mark. Well, the goal here would set it the cat amongst the pigeons for the Magpies. Roberts. Beautiful kick. His first goal. Norwood 4-3. The Magpies 1-2.
I agree with Peter that Anthony Williams has done a splendid job, but watch the sleight of hand handball here. Wound with Thomas, who got a magic left foot kick away. You can keep a champion down, but not all day, and Roberts used his body beautifully. Nothing Williams could do. He got his first. Roberts, Norwood 4-3, Port Adelaide 1-2.
Well, Lachlan's now at full forward. It looks as though Aish and Lachlan are changing in that position. Aish is on the ball. Harvey's with him, as you would expect. Kennedy will get that, but geez, stolen by Keith Thomas. The Redlegs go in again. Roberts is there. The tackle's applied, but it was held to him. Even the most supreme optimist wouldn't say that he could get that one out. The siren's gone. A big first quarter here in the 84 grand final. Norwood 4-3, Port Adelaide 1-2. Second quarter in the 84 grand final about to get underway. What a sensational first quarter. The Redlegs lead by 19 points. Kennedy didn't get it. Thomas came through. You'll have to get it out quick now, McIntosh. The Redlegs get the first kick into attack. Michael Annie at centre-half forward. Gee, Roberts crashed the pack. I think he hurt Michael Annie with it too. Kinnear got the kick away, and the mark is taken by Bradley. Bradley's third kick will finally get away, only just. Kicks in long. Evans on a lead. He won't mark it. He's come out a long way. Balme's right with him. Right tackle. Evans threw the ball back, but only as far as Lester Ross. Ginnivan was nearly taken out by Scanlon. Kennedy's in front. No, he's not now. Ace took front spot off him. Harvey. Strong body by Vardeniger. Gee, that was well played. And the young lads played well in finals, Vardeniger.
Certainly, Peter. He had a good first quarter. Some very constructive ball play. Throw in centre wing. Kennedy against Michael Annie. Kennedy's tap again towards Kinnear. Kinnear had Russell running for him. Couldn't get back there. Warhurst can. Thomas the shepherd. Players burrow in after the ball. Harvey there with McIntosh, and the umpire will come in and bounce the ball on the right forward flank.
I'm amazed, Ian. Kinnear just grabbed hold of Ace from behind, pulled him to the ground. Umpire Argent would have been 3 metres away and didn't want to know about it.
Kennedy against Hall. Kennedy doing a great job. Thumps it towards Harvey. Harvey has Bradley running. Puts out the long handball. Jennifer thought about Belton. Jennifer on the left leg. Goes long with a long kick, but he's got the ball just offline. 1 point only. Great build-up. Only a point.
Gee, there's still a great deal of feeling out there. Jennifer hasn't really had a big game so far. That was his first kick. Balme's got it. He's the player that the Port Adelaide fans love at the moment. Warhurst couldn't mark it. Lester Ross has played well. That's his 7th kick. Deniger appeared to give a free kick away, but it wasn't played. Through goes Gill. He's caught. Must have been close to holding the ball. Gets it out now to Kinnear. Great smother by Gallagher. Gee, that was very well done. Desperate footy. The Norwood teammates giving him a bit of a clap for that one. John Hall and Kennedy. There's 3 goals in it. The Redlegs leading. Hall over the back. Harvey on the ground, and umpire Argent will bounce. Harvey's doing the job on Aish, and he's doing it well. Aish has had 3 kicks. They've all been free kicks. Kennedy. Gallagher. Gee, how'd he get out of that? Aish will be in trouble as soon as he picks it up, if he can. Will-o'-the-wisp handball away. Keith Thomas, the tackle's on him. Aish back into it. He'll get a free kick this time. Silly tackle by Kinnear. He ran straight over the top of him. You can't blame the umpire for free kicking that. Aish. Michael Annie, good mark. Gee, Thomas ran past. Michael Annie wasn't quite quick enough with the hands. Now Gallagher. He'll kick it straight away to full forward. Lachlan's there in front. Oh, off hands. Fosdyke under the right boot, swings it around far too far. That's out of bounds, but not on the full. We'll see a throw in.
Fosdyke, a left footer, had to turn in a wide arc then. Throw in, full forward left pocket. Kennedy and Michael Annie. Kennedy's tap went straight to Keith Thomas. Oh, he missed. Had time to settle. Normally a fine kick. Only 20 metres out, but pulled it offline for a point. 4 goals for the Legs, 1-3 Port Adelaide.
Gee, the Legs in a bit of trouble, or Port Adelaide, should I say, in. 2 easy kicks at goal then. Nothing happened though. Hall missed it, picked up beautifully by Clifford. That's his 6th kick. Scanlon in front, over the top towards Lester Ross. Gee's read the ball beautifully. He's got nowhere to go now though. Got out of that well and put it back to Scanlon. Top football, Ross. Scanlon will slow things down. Big Balme provides the run. He can kick a country kilometre. Puts it out towards Winter. He's got the run of it. Greg Thomas with blistering pace goes through. Bradley's got pace as well though. Greg Thomas taps it back towards McIntosh. He forgot about the ball. Keith Thomas got the handball clear. The handball comes back towards McIntosh. The Redlegs go in again. Ross is backed up beautifully. Nearly had his head taken off. Roberts from behind. One grab. No mark. Off hands. Gallagher. He'll get there first. Wants back up. Gets it from Ace. He fell over. Out it goes to Michael Annie. He plays it very cool to Lachlan. He goes short. Take a pick. Roberts. All the Magpies in a spot of bother. The Redlegs are 4-4. Port 1-3. Coming off Geneva. Hasn't played well. And Craig Ebert will go on. Roberts now with kick number 2. 2 marks, 2 kicks, Roberts. He's kicked a goal. From this angle though, not easy. Sets it up beautifully. That's dead centre. 2 goals, Roberts. The Redlegs 5-4. Port Adelaide 1-3.
The Port defence lacked a little discipline there. After Roberts couldn't mark it, it was thumped away. They all went looking for the football. Anthony Williams comes into the screen. Now Roberts just backs out into the open. Ace got it out to Michael Annie. In turn, Lachlan. Now watch Ace out there. Got it back to Roberts. And Roberts from 35 metres out put on his 2nd, the Legs 5th.
Port Adelaide coach there, Russell Ebert. He knows that they've got problems. John Hall couldn't find a player. Kennedy backed up well. Through it goes to Winter. Plays the ball well and gets a free kick against Russell Ebert for pushing the back.
Winter from centre half back to put the Legs into attack. Goes out wide. Looking for it. Kinnear Payne into the action as well. Got a beautiful sit. But a free kick will go to Kinnear against Gallagher. And the Port Adelaide wingman's got it almost on the half-back flank. Kick number 2 is a good one. Finds Belton on the outer side. He'll probably get 15 metres. Yes, he will. A clumsy tackle by McIntosh after he got the ball. And a chance now for Belton to kick it right into goal. Another 15 metres, that's 30. And Belton will make the edge of the square with his kick for sure. Puts it up for Evans. Evans is going to get a leap. Hall back there with him. Thumped away. Back there towards the half-back line. Scanlon lost the footy. In comes Belton. Back up support. Bradley caught on the left leg. Shoots for the woodwork. What an amazing goal! Brilliantly done, Craig Bradley. Port Adelaide 2nd. They needed it. 2-3. They trail the Legs 5-4.
Well, a couple of mistakes there by the Norwood side. Scanlon didn't take possession here. Perhaps he should have. The ball went through. And the Magpies are having to fight for their goals. Bradley with a bit of magic there with the left boot. Split the centre. Port Adelaide at 2-3, Norwood at 5-4. Bradley's had 4 kicks.
Centre bounce, Hall. Got the tap away, but Clifford stole it. Kicks a high one to the half-forward line. Winter and Ebert out there. Ebert almost had it. Winter came on to it. Play on called the umpire. Scanlon through. Anderson gets led. He's got a free kick, half-forward line. Play on. Russell sets it up for 9. 20 metres out. He's got it. The umpire played to advantage, correctly so. Wayne Russell had it, chipped it over. And Stephen Knight, who booted 1 in the first quarter, or did he? Yes, he did. Has got a chance to put on Port Adelaide's 3rd. Russell Johnson about to make his entree into the game. Kick number 3, Knight. Puts it through. Port Adelaide back in the fight. Knight 2nd. 3-3. They trail Norwood 5-4.
Well, they'd be delighted about that. The game was starting to slip away. Just about a mark there to Winter. Tapped the ball back. Scanlon couldn't pick it up, and that was a free kick there to Anderson, but the umpire let it go as he should have. Knight took the mark and kicked the goal. So the Magpies are back in action, but gee, They haven't played well for the last 20 or 30 minutes. They're 3-3 now, trailing the Redlegs 5-4.
Russell Johnson, his first senior game back since dislocating that left shoulder blade. But what a talented player, and Port Adelaide need him in form. But Kennedy's given him a big platform to work on. He's played well, but it's Gallagher. Kicks the legs into attack to the half-forward line, almost Michael Annie. Williams under pressure back there, or Curtis it was. Got it in towards the centre field. Bradley kicks the ball forward without touching it, and got it over to Wayne Russell. He goes down, he's got the ball in the big centre square. Too far out to score. Let's have a look at the mark. Very solid one. Puts in a huge kick up towards full forward. Evans at the back, 1-2 grab. Even David Clifford walking. Beautifully done, Russell Ebert. Port Adelaide 4-3, the Legs 5-4.
Whilst all that was happening, there was a bit of a stoush back at centre-half back. But it was a great movement forward, and very slick work by Russell Ebert. Clifford was the runner, and there's no doubt about it, the Magpies are right back into it. Clifford kicked number 8, brought up his first goal. The Magpies are firing. Port Adelaide 4-3, Norwood 5-4.
7 points to difference in the 84 grand final. Hall against Russell Johnson, centre bounce, another good one. The two big men get into it. Hall's tap away. Johnson again, Russell against the tide, can't get it out, and the umpire will come in to rebounce the ball. Almost back in the centre circle. Hall against Johnson. Gee, there's about 20 players in there at the moment. Harvey couldn't, Clifford can. Edge the kick out, McIntosh in. Hall tried to throw it out, in fact I think he did. Finally Gill got it away up towards the half-forward line, free kick the legs. It'll go to Andrew Jarvis at centre-half back.
You've got to push in the back on the way in. Jarvis now. He missed the preliminary final with an injury. Gee, that kick's holding up into the breeze. Michael Annie gets in front though. The big smash away from Wesley was good football. Now Bradley got past the first tackle. Beautiful kick. Craig Ebert sets it up, but it won't kick a goal with that one. That's a point. Port Adelaide 4-4, Norwood 5-4, and the Magpies have lifted all over the ground.
I don't think his coach and brother would be very happy with that, Peter. He's standing on his lonesome. Across goal, he thought he should have passed. Craig Barnes kick in. Not the most popular fellow in the crowd. Russell, fine mark. He's got it too far out to score. Evans wants it in quickly. Ebert behind Evans. Evans and Balme. Evans thump clear. Ross rubbers one round to McIntosh against the tide. He's got to work hard for this. He's well shepherded. Warhurst is going to run into trouble. Likewise, Gallagher gets the handball out, scanning off the half-back line. The legs go long, looking for the half-forward line, and Payne, but the free kick will go towards Payne, holding on against Owens. The legs a chance to go into attack now through their smallest forward in David Payne. He's almost out to centre wing at the moment. Roberts gives the lead into the pocket. That's the way the ball will go. It's not a good kick. He's going to have to work hard for this. Tapped away by Williams. Vardaniger in. He's got one to beat, and Leslie does it well. Straightens it up again now. Looks a short pass in towards full forward. Taken there by Big Jim, I think it was. Got the handball away. Not a good effort at all. And players stack up. I don't know whether the mark was paid or not, but Jim's handball was a shock.
Yes, I don't think it was paid in, and Vardaniger had the chance to put it to him right on the chest, but the kick wasn't a good one. Michael Annie taps it down. Jet came back to Lachlan. Now Gallagher. Lachlan again. Keith Thomas. They're using bodies. Thomas from 50 metres out. What a great kick. That's a goal. Great goal, Keith Thomas. The Redlegs 6-4 now. Port Adelaide 4-4.
Well, Norwood needed that. Port Adelaide were coming back and coming back strongly. Port Adelaide defence has been brilliant, but gee, look at the pressure put on them there. 3 or 4 handballs before Thomas decided to go for home with a long one. Kick number 6 was his first goal. An amazing goal from that far out. 6-4 plays 4-4.
Gee, some of that Redleg handball is pretty slick in the forward lines. It'd mesmerise anybody. Johnson, easily. Aish, Anderson. Now the Magpies into attack. Bruce Winter, Ebert. Bruce Winter kept his eyes on it and took a good mark. He may come to grandstand side. He will. He'll look out here for Jarvis. The ball's going to run out. Right half-forward flank for the Magpies. Wasn't the best of kicks away. Coming over is Warhurst and Dwayne Russell. The Port Adelaide strongman in front. Gallagher, oh, he kept it in. Dangerous work. Gee, experience let him down on that occasion. In front, Winter, Evans, gone! Well, Philip Gallagher will not forget that for a long time. Port Adelaide 5-4, Norwood 6-4.
I agree with you, Peter. Most unlike Phil Gallagher, the ball was going to go out of play and he tapped it straight back to Ebert. The big leap on the square, Balme against Evans, over the back, Winter couldn't, and Evans just rubbered it through. His third kick, but his first goal, 5-4 playing 6-4, one straight kick the difference in the 84 grand final.
The game's certainly alive now. The Magpies have lifted. John Hall beaten, pointless by Johnson on that occasion. Bradley super quick to Owens. Towards Ebert. Plenty of heavy work going on back there. Knight. Winter. Got it out towards Scanlon. Gee, the tackling's quick. Fosdyke came in. Back to Warhurst. He runs away from the pack, but he got caught on the kick and the mark taken by Clifford. Gee, thought about it. But he goes back to take his kick. Dwayne Russell's at centre-half forward. Clifford comes across the ground and he finds Kinnear. Short, Dwayne Russell, centre-half forward, and pretty loose work by the Redleg defence. Tom Warhurst was way over on the flank on that occasion, and Dwayne Russell stayed where he should have stayed, right in the heart of the centre-half forward area. The goal to the big man here would level the scores. He's a great competitor, Dwayne Russell. Played state football this year, one of the top young players in the country. Sets it up from a long way out. He's hooked it across though. Won't get a goal with that. Porter 5-5, Norwood 6-4.
The leg defence under extreme pressure now. Loose players. Port Adelaide are playing plenty of stretch. 5 points the difference. Balme, his usual send-off as he kicks out. Thomas in the back pocket. Puts it up high. Only covers about 40 metres. Russell up high. The umpire's played the mark over the top of Warhurst. Wayne Russell getting into the game strongly now. That's his fourth mark. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Ebert coming in there. Scanlon back. Clifford a beautiful steal. Evans out on a lead, but Clifford bombs it back towards goal. Magic goal! Brilliantly done. Bomber Clifford, his second. And Port Adelaide hit the front 6-5 to 6-4.
Well, I'd say Bomber Clifford's best man on the ground at this stage. He's gone berserk. That was his 10th kick. But have a look at the way he took it off the pack. That's brilliant stuff. Clifford is on fire. Used the left boot, got his second goal, and Port Adelaide are in front by 1 point.
Maybe the legs will have to put a minder on Clifford like they've got on Ace. Johnson's tap again. McIntosh working hard. Clifford through again. Quickly and against the tide was Thomas. He's going to get a free kick for a high tackle. Elects to play on, kicks long to the outer side. Thomas against Curtis out there. Daniger against the tide. Curtis works hard, gets the handball over to Michael Annie. Here's a chance to legs. Daniger's got it, puts it in long now. Getting back on it. Harvey won't make it. Goal! Oh, Harvey desperate, couldn't get his hand to it. The legs reply and regain the lead. 7-4 to 6-5.
Well, that was an amazing situation out there. Norwood didn't look like they'd had a chance to kick a goal here. But when Michael Annie got it back, I thought that Thomas gave it to Daniger. In fact, he let it go for him. And Daniger kicked his second goal. Gee, Harvey must have nearly touched that ball, but not quite. 7-4 Norwood, 6-5 the Magpies.
What a grand final. 5 points the difference. The legs in front. Hine in now against Johnson, who's been leaping very high. Got that tap away. Bradley from Belton to Belton. Belton goes long, looking for his coach. He's edged out of it. Free kick. Bruce Witter, uncharacteristically, didn't like the decision at all. Threw it away in disgust. And that brings the Port Adelaide skipper and coach 15 metres closer. Let's have a look at it. Ebert, 35 metres out. Missed with his first attempt to the other end. Better looking kick, better result. And now it's the Magpies who regain the lead, 7-5 to 7-4.
First goal to Russell Ebert from a free kick, plus a 15-metre penalty. We'll see it in replay. Bradley starting to play well. Belton put it out there. Bruce Winter Well, Russell Ebert got the free kick from that, kicked the goal, Port Adelaide are a point in front.
Hine against Johnson. Johnson being a big force now since coming onto the arena. Set up where Kennedy left off. Bradley again to Milton. That was an action replay of the previous one. Anderson puts it in long. Evans behind. Balme in front. Should have been a push. Is a push. And the umpire will give the leg full back a free kick in the right back pocket.
Craig Balme, the free kick. That was against Tim Evans. For a push. Craig Balme will come out to grandstand side. No, he changes his mind. Thought he might have come to Scanlon. He goes out long. That's one thing he can do, is kick a long ball. Hine couldn't mark the ball. Keith Thomas off hands, playing well. 7th kick. Owens and Payne. Payne recovered superbly to Gallagher. Greg Thomas at centre-half forward. Oh, he went over his head. They've got the run of it now, Norwood. Ace is free. He's got it. Did it go 10 metres? Gee, must have been just.
The shortest 10 metres I've ever seen.
Oh, a little bit lucky, the Redlegs, to get out of that. Only his 5th kick, but it's the first kick that Michael Aish has got that hasn't been a free kick. It's a goal, dead centre. Second goal, in fact, to Michael Aish. Norwood back in front, 8-4, Port Adelaide 7-5.
Thomas has got pace to burn, but beautifully done. Payne to Gallagher. Gallagher found Thomas, or tried to find him. Now he had to beat Curtis to the ball. He beat Harvey. Curtis coming in there, making ground quickly. And look at that little chip pass to Ace. And when Ace gets the ball, we all know he knows what to do with it. Put it through for his second. The League's in front by 5 points.
Johnson and Hine. Johnson got his hands to it, but not to good effect. Thomas can't get it out. Gee, Russell Johnson took it off him. I think they might have another bounce in there. Norwood leading by 5 points. It's a top grand final. Last week, Russell Johnson wore a wetsuit, but not so this week, I don't think. McIntosh smothered the ball. Warhurst couldn't get through. Scanlon to Gallagher. A wobbly old kick forward. Curtis with the run of it. In goes Roberts. Out goes Curtis. Now Keith Thomas. Now Roberts. He'll get caught. Holding the ball. That was a good tackle. The umpire's going to play it on to advantage. Belton. Dwayne Russell, beautiful mark. Made good position then, Jim. It was a good kick from Belton. Evans is on the lead. Being ignored, Bradley staying back. Kick number 8 to Dwayne Russell, playing a top game. Got a 15-metre penalty in the exchange. It's a strong kick. He'll give it a nudge from there. It's offline, the point to Port Adelaide. They're 7-6, the Redlegs 8-4.
After the schmozzle in the first quarter, Peter, it has developed into a top game. I'm sure the crowd loved the fights, but we didn't need them. Balme, the man of the moment, kicks in a long kick. Up there goes Leslie. Fine mark. He's got it. Half forward, right flank. Port in attack again. Johnson wants it towards the centre-half forward spot. He's going to put it up for Evans. Evans and Balme. Hine back there in defence. The big fella gets his hands to it. Comes out with a footy. I think he got a shot. The handball away wasn't good. Getting back there is Lachlan. He's desperately looking for the line and pushes it out in the full forward left pocket. 8-4 plays 7-6. The lead has changed hands 4 times in this quarter. Throw in. About 10 metres around from the Port Adelaide goal. Hine against Ebert. Winter casually, not a good kick, going to drop short. Vardaniga goes for the thump away. Belton to Anderson, gets round onto the left leg, not a good kick, coming to meet it Ebert. Wants support, gives Belton a chance, 30 metres out, steadies. Offline a point. Gee, well, an excellent setup, but Belton's kick is straight.
Gee, Russell Ebert would not be happy with that. Paul Belton should have kicked the goal. Craig Balme certainly raised the ire of the Magpie fans. Scanlon will get caught if he doesn't kick it. Oh, he missed Gallagher. Kicked it straight to Kinnear. They'll pay the penalty for that. Norwood. Up goes Evans. No mark. Craig Ebert off hands. Hooks over the shoulder. Balme's going to have to play on. Gee, they love him. Now Warhurst. In front. Got a hand to it. And it went out of bounds. It's a top game of footy. Port Adelaide trailing by 3 points, but they've really lifted in this second quarter. They perhaps should be in front with some of the play that they've had. Russell Johnson, geez, had eight hit outs since coming on. great performance. Russell Ebert left it behind to pick it up again, but he won't. Out of bounds it goes again. We're approaching the 25-minute mark with Port Adelaide doing very well, trailing by 3 points.
Steadying down into a real struggle now. A top grand final. Lachlan got the kick away, not a very good one. Thomas, almost a half volley. This way, that away. Back to Ross. Did that one well off the half-back line. To boot the legs clear up towards centre wing. Payne at the back. Just got the mark close to the ground. Looking for a running player. They're all Port Adelaide at the moment. He's got a kick long. Williams in front of Roberts, who makes front spot. One-handed Williams, joined by Clifford. Around the corner, looking for the line, and that's where the ball will finish. Clever play then by Bomber Clifford. Throw in half-forward left flank. The legs by 3 points. They led by 19 at quarter time, but have had the lead taken off them a couple of times. Since then, Kinnear, Gill, Clifford, not Clifford, Bradley. Running player is Owens, but Bradley's going to go off by himself. Kicks long now. Kick number 7. Ebert getting underneath the ball. Can't quite get there. Coming to meet at Balme. Did it well, the big fellow. Did the good set. Hine gets it from him, and he did that one well. Hine will go short. Pushed off balance. Joined by Thomas. Thomas uncertain where to go. Wobbles one over to Jarvis. He's going to work hard, as is Lachlan. Quickly there, Russell. Going through now was James, but left it for Lachlan. Lachlan quickly screws it to the half-forward line. Getting back there is Leslie, and he's been paid the mark.
Only just. Martin Leslie, left half-back flank. Curtis wanted it, but Belton's going to get it. On the outer side of the ground, that's a danger kick. Scanlon now has it. Gee, experienced players making mistakes. The kick back from Scanlon gives Rocky Roberts the run of it. May not get there. Leslie played it very hard. Roberts went down. Also Williams. Williams will get the free kick. It's against Roberts. I think it might have been for a high tackle against Williams. Well, amazingly enough, we're seeing very experienced players making errors here today, and I guess that's indicative of the pressure out there as Williams screws the ball back to centre wing. Off hands, Gallagher, caught by Gill, or James it was. Lachlan goes up forward. Roberts or Michael Annie. I thought it was Roberts, but in fact it's Big Jim.
Gee, Peter, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It was a dead heat.
Well, I guess technically in those situations you play the ball on, but the umpires don't seem to want to do that. They were red leg hands, and it's Jim Michaelini with a chance to put Norwood 9 points up. Normally dead-eyed Dick, but not on that occasion. Only the point. 8-5 Norwood, Port Adelaide 7-7.
Into time on second quarter, 4 points the difference. Curtis goes to the outer side of the lead of Anderson. Over the top went Fosdyke, thumped the ball clear, but he's thumped it out of play for a throw-in on the half-forward right flank. 4-3 to 1-2 at quarter time. Norwood by 19 points, 8-5, 7-7 now. Norwood by 4 points. At the throw-in, Michael Annie got up high. The ball comes back towards the half-forward line. Roberts again, thumps it clear. All Port Adelaide there through Curtis. A brilliant take. Gave it to Clifford. Long kick to the half-forward line. Coming to meet it. Winner! Oh, fine mark. Read that one beautifully. Where's he want to go? Short to Thomas. He's got it clear. Russell's going to have to work hard to catch him, or Thomas out on his own. Who's checking Port Adelaide? Thomas, half-forward line, puts it in the air now for Aish. Roberts there as well. Roberts! Oh, what a fine mark. 20 metres out, right in front. A one-grab situation. Williams couldn't, Roberts did. Michael Aish there with Harvey. And that's a brilliant take by the Norwood half-forward flank shooter, or good shooter. Third mark. Third kick. Roberts, head on. Interchange, Port Adelaide rucks. Put that one through his third goal. Value for kicks. 3 goals, 3 kicks. Norwood kick away, 8-5 to 7-7.
That was a great kick in from Keith Thomas. It was set up by Greg Thomas. There's Keith Thomas, and his kick was superb. He really gave it a bang there, and take your pick, Roberts or Aish. Aish kept Harvey out. Roberts went up. 3 marks, 3 kicks, 3 goals. Russell Johnson is very tired from all reports, and one could believe that. He hasn't had a lot of league football of late.
Peter, he also put a lot of effort into that quarter. Kennedy back on the turf now. He didn't get that chap. Coming in, Vardanica having a good final towards centre wing. Port Adelaide work it now through Knight. Out goes Evans, coming to meet it. Balme as well. Evans and Balme. Evans up. One-handed, however. Winter back into fence. Kept the ball close to the line. It was actually out. The umpire didn't receive the signal from Mostyn Ruddock, but the ball goes to Vardanica against the tide. Doing it well is Gill. Gave it to Knight. He's under pressure, and the ball goes out of play with that player. Throw in half forward, right flank. Kennedy cleverly used his body. Gallagher. Warhurst. Lachlan. Legs kick clear. Working hard for it is Thomas. Clifford against the tide. Leslie back in defence. Going to beat Michael Annie. Out wide is Anderson. That's where the ball will travel. The bounce goes against him. Gives Fosdyke a chance. Good tackle, Fosdyke. Michael Annie. Back to Fosdyke now. Fosdyke close to the line. Can't keep it in play. Throwing out a side on the half forward. Right flank for the legs. 9-5 they lead. Port Adelaide 7-7.
Oh, desperate football out there. Bad bounce for Anderson, and was lucky to get out of it in the long term. Through it goes towards James. Tackle is applied to Payne, and the umpire will bounce it. Yes, it was young Payne at the bottom of the pack. It was a good tackle. Very close to half-time, 10 points in it. The Redlegs leading. Kennedy smashed it away, but Keith Thomas took it. Got a drop kick away of sorts. Martin Leslie playing well. Great handball to Curtis. Back to Kinnear. The long kick away, not a good kick. Oh, nearly a mark by Hine, but he made the mistake. Russell even picked it up. He's going to give it to Russell. You can bet on that. Now Clifford. He's at centre-half forward, and he just took the mark. What a mistake, the Redlegs. 3 players, all with a chance to mark it. No talking. Neil Hine dropped it, and then that gave Russell Ebert the chance, and now Clifford. This is his 13th kick, and that's his 3rd goal. Port Adelaide 8-7, Norwood 9-5.
Yes, the legs fouled it up, no question about that. 3 of them there. Lack of talking. Neil Balme shaking his head in disbelief, but it was Ebert who picked up the crumbs, dummied beautifully around Scanlon, set it up for Russell, and there was Warhurst in the back of the screen some 35 metres away. Clifford got it next. Port Adelaide reached their 8th goal.
Only 4 points in it. Gee, another score would be handy to either side. Comes to Lachlan. He wobbles one forward. Martin Leslie first. The siren's gone. Vardanica had it. A great game up to half-time. Norwood at 9-5. Port Adelaide 8-7.
The last half of football in 1984. Norwood 9-5, Port Adelaide 8-7 as John Hilton gets the ball down. Hall against Kennedy. Kennedy's tap towards Anderson, but it was Aish. Gave it to McIntosh, runs into trouble. Michael Annie trying to shrug himself clear. Gave it over to McIntosh. Andrew Jarvis. Michael Aish half forward line. Straightens up, puts it in towards goal, but he's well offline. Not one of his better kicks. In fact, I'm not certain what he was going to do with that one, Peter.
I think there was a lot of indecision. In fact, Neville Roberts is having something to say to Michael Aish about that. Certainly not a good performance from him on that occasion. Punching away John Hall, also Michael Annie. Off hands we see Owens tap it over the line, and we'll see the umpire throw it in the right half forward flank for the Redlegs. Well, I think the Redlegs forward area looks a little bit more dangerous than the Magpies. On the other hand, the Magpies killing the Redlegs in ruck, and if they continue that dominance, it'll just about see them get victory. Anderson, oh, he threw that. Ridiculous thing to do.
Especially when the umpire's watching.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, that was tunnel ball at its best. Keith Thomas goes in forward. Lachlan goes up. Oh, he's got a free kick for a whack across the back of the head. Max James gives the umpire the cold stare. You see it from there. It's in the ear area, actually, the right ear. But, of course, that quite often happens, and you don't get free kicks. So, there we have it. Lachlan's going to come around. Norwood have missed a few. Keith Thomas missed one from a similar position. 11th kick, Lachlan. Short. Fosdyke. Gee, where were they? The Port Adelaide defenders were completely asleep on that occasion. Rocky Roberts got shoved out of the square. It all didn't matter because Duncan Fosdyke's got it. He's a pretty good kick, Fosdyke. Sets it up with the left boot. Oh, he's gone way across, but he's got it. A good start to the third quarter. Third kick, first goal, Fosdyke. 10-5 the Redlegs, 8-7 the Magpies.
Fosdyke cleverly went down from centre wing to open up that loose man. Whilst they're worrying about Lachlan actually getting the right angle to shoot for goal, he changed tack, and the Port Adelaide defence caught completely unawares as Rocky Roberts went down on the square. 10-5 plays 8-7.
You never know with Rocky, though. Sometimes he falls over, sometimes he gets pushed. Well, Kennedy had to go way back for that one. Clifford's caught badly, actually, and the umpire comes in to bounce. That's umpire Hilton. 65 plays 55. Norwood are in front. A very important quarter of football. They're all important. Bradley tapped the ball back to Payne. Now Leslie. He got an open space. The handball missed Anderson. Fosdyke in pursuit. 11 kicks Anderson. Now Ebert. Thought about Bradley, but he was running into trouble. Ebert goes long. Evans on the lead. Balme behind. The punch away comes. Balme tries to tap it out. Didn't get very far with it. And umpire Argent will give it a bounce.
Balme and Evans, the two players in the schmozzle before the ball was even bounced in the 1984 grand final. Both may have been reported. Also suggested that Dwayne Russell has been reported. As the ball comes out now to McIntosh, whips out a long handball. Keith Thomas playing well in the grand final, drives long, getting back Martin Leslie. Great mark, and he'll find Clifford out wide. Clifford's got to beat Thomas, gets the kick away. That's about number 13 as he goes to the half-forward line. Hall back in defence, Russell through. They've lost the footy. Andrew Jarvis comes out with it. Straightens up on the left leg and kicks long. Back to Leslie and Michael Annie again. Leslie in front. Michael Ace at the bottom of the pack, still wearing John Harvey. The ball at the bottom of the pack now, and the umpire will come in and bounce. Umpire John Hill. 135 league games, his first grand final, and doing it well. Kennedy hooks it back, but only as far as Lachlan. He hasn't got the footy. The umpire was unsided. Clifford has. Anderson, good handball. Anderson on the left leg, goes in long, flatten after he got rid of the football. Free upfield, and that'll be taken by Russell Ebert, plus 15 metres. Foolish defence then by the legs. Ebert wasn't within cooey of goals. Now he's got a shot at the woodwork. Russell Ebert about 45 metres out, maybe not that far. Warhurst standing the mark, but it's going to be Dwayne Russell. Well, he could certainly make the distance from there. He's got a kick that would crank start of 7:07. Dwayne Russell, kick number 10. 45-degree angle. He heads off in the right tangent, brings it back close. All back in defence, touched off hand. Umpire Mostyn Rudder indicates 1 point.
Well, mistakes being made by both teams, particularly Norwood. They made some terrible errors to give the Magpies goals. Mr. Popularity himself, Craig Balme, shocking kick. It went to Clifford. He's going to play it on. Evans on the lead. Balme, Evans! Balme's played him well, but Evans got away for that one and took the mark. Balme used the body, but he only managed to push Evans into the path of the ball. Tim Evans should convert. This is his fourth kick. He's kicked a goal, now he's got two. That's his 125th goal for the year. Port Adelaide a 9-8, Norwood a 10-5.
Just wondering now whether the crowd reaction is starting to get to Craig Balme. Every time he kicks in or gets near the ball, especially the Port Adelaide supporters, they give him a send-off. His kick was a poor one. On that occasion, Evans outmanoeuvred him. A fine mark, his second goal, and Port Adelaide 3 points down.
It's a great grand final in 1984. Hall and Kennedy. Kennedy's killed them today. Hall got that one down, though. Lachlan took it off hands, but then let it go to Bradley. The kick forward. Sees a great mark taken by Winter. He played that well against Russell Ebert. Shoots it out to Scanlon. Scanlon through the centre of the ground now. Puts it out wide. Bardeniger comes in late. Good mark. He beat Gill pointless on that occasion. And Bardeniger's been a good player. It's only his sixth kick. Kicked 2 goals, and the umpire's going to start that again. A mark to Roberts on a good lead, and gee, not much Williams can do about that when Roberts takes off. There it is. A good punching action by Williams, but Roberts had the hands too far out in front. And he really is a top goal kicker. He's kicked 95 this year. It's not beyond him. He's got it. 4 goals, Roberts. 96 goals this year. Norwood kick away again, 11-5, Port Adelaide 9-8.
He's a fine player and also playing well in his first grand final, young Glenn Vardaniger. Watch the little pass now going out to Roberts. Made him prop just a little bit. Williams too late. He'd taken the mark in any case. May have got the free kick. The kick went through for his 4th. Norwood 11-5, Port 9-9.
They certainly look a bit slicker up forward, Norwood, but as I said before, the Magpies controlling the centre bounce areas. There's a rebounce from umpire Hill. He wasn't happy with the first effort.
That's a brave decision, Peter.
Certainly is in front of 50,000 people. Still at Sundays, and different rules apply on Sundays. Everyone's a bit nicer, apparently. Kick away from McIntosh, from Thomas. Good mark to Curtis. Used the body well against Keith Thomas.
Curtis playing a fine game. Thumps it out now to Clifford, out wider as Kinnear if he can get it there. Beautiful dummy sell there by Clifford. Got it over to Kinnear. Kinnear will go short to Bradley. He's got it at centre wing. Elects to play on, runs into trouble, holding the ball. He back turned, didn't realise that another leg player was careering down on him, and he got caught, and he'll get 30 metres if he's not careful. Only 15 at the moment, and it's Justin Scanlon to send the legs into attack. A long kick looking for Roberts. Williams there with him. Up goes Gill over the top. Out comes Williams with the ball. Claims the mark. The umpire said play on. But he'll come in and bounce the ball now inside the half-forward line. 11-5 the legs. 9-8 Port Adelaide. A bounce down about 45 metres out. Any breeze is favouring the legs in this quarter. They'll want a bit of a platform. Although the breeze really hasn't played a big part in the game. Martin Leslie kicks around the corner. McIntosh almost. Russell against him. He's on. Holding the ball again. Great tackle. And a feature of this grand final has been the tackling by both teams. Vardaniger puts it out. Thomas can't quite get there. Well done, Curtis again. As the Magpie defender runs it out again. Clifford, the running player, over the centre line. He was caught by Thomas. The kick under pressure is not a good one. And will go out of play on the half-forward left flank.
Gee, and the Magpies feeling the pressure. Couple of free kicks for holding the ball, and one would think that the Redlegs would be folding. They played in 3 finals, but it doesn't appear to be affecting them at this stage. A poor kick away, Anderson, dropped by Gallagher, but he got it back from Jarvis. The long kick away sees Vardaniger come in late. Keith Thomas nearly off hands. Owens, now Clifford, now Max James. They run it through centre. Bradley's out there. So is Stephen Knight. He's got it. Hooks it around the corner. Evans, Balme. Balme got the hand to it. And the umpire will throw it in. Gee, that looked promising when they set it up, but Balme just got the outstretched hand to it. Red leg captain getting ready to come on. Hall and Evans. Hall smashed it wide, but there are Magpie players everywhere. The kick around the corner sees Big Balme go up and take a fine mark. They're booing Balme, but I don't know that he's done too much wrong. Winter looks for Keith Thomas. Curtis fell over. Through goes Fosdyke. He's got the run of it. Back pedals. Kicks it to half forward. Keith Thomas running against the tide. Oh! Courage! What a great mark. Michael Aish will get it next. Great football, Thomas.
Peter, that's one of the most courageous marks that I've ever seen.
Incredible, Ian. Absolutely incredible. He could have had his head taken off here. But what he did with after he took the mark, gave it to Aish. Aish sets it up. Oh, shocking kick. Terrible kick, Michael Aish. Order 11-6, Port Adelaide 9-8.
Deserved better. A brilliant solo performance there by Keith Thomas. Michael Aish unusually astray. 11-6 plays 9-8. 11 minutes into the second half of the 84 grand final. Anthony Williams certainly taking his time. Coming grandstand side. He's got Kennedy out here. Martin Leslie. Thump clear. Taken by Aish. Gives a chance now for Payne and/or Thomas. This is Greg Thomas, wants support. The handball away was not good. And Brenton Owens wobbles the ball back towards centre wing. Coming to cut off Anderson is Justin Scanlon. Kept in play. Big John Hill. Fosdyke. McIntosh. The legs go into attack again. Greg Thomas inside the half-forward line. Roberts wants it in long. Going towards that player. Williams back on him. Up over the top. Michael Anning. Williams there as well. Called to play on. The ball stalemated. And the umpire's going to give a free kick to Anthony Williams for a high tackle. Plenty of excitement. Anthony Williams, 20 metres out. Comes grandstand side again. Runs it to Gill. Short to Anderson's. Half volleys it beautifully. Kicks to Bradley. One-handed final.
Top mark, Bradley. Belton's running. He'll get it. Now the run through half forward from Port Adelaide. Evans on the lead. He'll mark this. He's in front. Good mark, Evans. He hasn't got cleared too often. There it is. But gee, the Redlegs are making mistakes up forward. They've gone forward often enough to kick more goals, and it takes a lot out of you when you play well enough to kick goals and don't. Evans now, kick number 5. It's coming back. A point just offline. Port Adelaide 9-9, Norwood 11-6.
It's a sad day when a champion like Tim Evans gets booed by a large section of the crowd, Peter. But there you are. 50,271 people, half of them with Balme and half with Evans. Lester Ross from Balme, kicks long, Scanlon out there, good mark, the legs a chance to go into attack. He wants to play on, he's looking for someone to kick to. Out goes Roberts. Williams in front. Roberts is going to have to come from behind. Good mark, Anthony Williams, and he's got it at centre-half back. It wasn't a good kick. Roberts wanted it the other way, and he had to double back. Williams read it well. Centre-half back. Puts it back to centre wing. Kinnear and Michael Annie on the other side. Thump clear. Gallagher. Here's a chart. Scanlon didn't have the footy. The umpire said he could play on. Kinnear clear. Goes to the half-forward line. Russell there. Port Adelaide running again. Out wider still now is Craig Ebert. Tom Lawler's back there. Swallows Craig Ebert and gives away a free kick. Went over him like a rash. He's got it half-forward right flank. Too far out to score. Off goes his brother. Evans is going to get a leap. Big one at the back of the pack. Can't bring it down. Out comes Ebert. Lost it. Evans hooked round the corner. Steps through. Goal. His third. Port Adelaide 10-9. Trail Norwood 11-6.
Well, the tackle was applied to Clifford. The umpire paid the free kick to Clifford, but he played it to advantage when Evans picked it up because he snapped truly for his third goal. Port Adelaide still in there doing well. They're trailing by 3 points, but they're right in this game, and they'll probably have a bit of a breeze in the last quarter.
Centre bounce. Hall gets the thump away. Bardaniger goes through. Can't pick it up. Thomas in there. Trying to get rid of the footy. The ball held to him, and the umpire will come in and bounce. Russell Ebert. Can he pull off his first premiership as captain coach of Port Adelaide? Last year he didn't make the 5. Norwood coming from the clouds, 5th position. Can they make history by winning, being the first team to win it from position 5? Russell, open goal, beautifully done, his first. Got it from Bradley. Port Adelaide hit the front in the 84 grand final. 11-9 to 11-6.
It's on again out there, Ian. The Port Adelaide player down, Dwayne Russell, has not moved. McIntosh ran back to say something to Stephen Knight. I must say I didn't see it, but Ian, you can see it in your picture. He hasn't moved.
He's not well at all, Peter. I didn't see it at all. I was watching the ball go through the woodwork, and it's not picked up on camera at all, so we'll just have to assume that he got hit by a very heavy fly. 11-9 Port Adelaide, 11-6 Norwood, and it's on again. They had a stretcher out there, but he's a tough customer, this one. He's been built like a Barwell bull. He'll get up and keep going. Very groggy indeed.
Gee.
There's more medical attendants out there than in the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Russell Ebert trying to exhort his players to even greater deeds. The umpire's waiting before continuing the game to see whether Russell can climb to his feet. But oh, what a game of football. It was on before the siren even started. We were playing the anthem when Balme and Evans got into the act. We had to get an umpire get back there to separate the two while the anthem was being played. And Russell is on his feet. And he gets the standing ovation from the Port Adelaide supporters.
Well, it's a bit like a bullfight out here. Someone gets up onto his feet, the crowd goes mad. Clifford goes in to say well done. And we'll see the bounce to get the game underway again with the Magpies 3 points up and looking good. John Hall got it out. Belton gets caught, but he gave it over to James. The Magpies go in again. Crucial time of the game. Ebert recovered. Now Anderson. Evans wants it, and he might get it too. That's a perfect kick. Up goes Evans. He dropped the ball, but Clifford got the kick away. That'll bring rain. Nearly a mark down there in the square as Lester Ross runs it clear. Went towards the line. Belton went over, Balme in, but the umpire's going to bounce it.
Desperation stakes out there now. The 84 premiership at stake. 11-9 plays 7-6. A bounce down in the right forward pocket. Somebody's enjoying the game. 3 points the difference. Evans against Hall. Going through Craig Ebert. Now Leslie holding the ball against Ebert. And it's Keith Thomas's free kick in the back pocket. Plus 15 metres. Kick number 15 coming up, Keith Thomas. Splendid performance. Thomas now off the half-back line for the legs. They've surrendered the lead to the Pies by 3 points. Kick to the half-forward line. Aerial ping-pong. Fosdyke under pressure. Got it well out here. Now a chance. Ross. Daniger wants back-up support. Ross in the 1-2. Going further. Gallagher thought about Lachlan. Gallagher goes for home with a long one. Gives it a chance. Coming back with a boot. But it's just offline for a point. A brilliant build-up by the legs. But they can only narrow the gap to 2 points.
And the Redlegs making mistakes in. They've had chances to kick goals and haven't. And I can tell you in grand finals that hurts because you don't always get the chance back. Williams to kick off. Roberts trying to cover Harvey. Williams goes short to James. Gee, that was well done. Picked him out beautifully. Max James came in when Ben Harris couldn't take up his spot in the game. James will try and find Dwayne Russell. The big chap's in front, but Warhurst smashed away. Gee, players running past the ball. The tackle applied to Jenkins. He didn't have it. Umpire Hilton will bounce. Right half forward flank for Norwood. Just got the feeling there's a bit of sting gone out of the Norwood side. Michael-Annie and Kennedy. Thomas couldn't pick it up. Michael-Annie did. It came off hands to McIntosh. Greg Thomas. Daniger. Roberts will get it. He'll have to use the left boot. I don't think he can bring it back that far. He's kicked it out on the full. Now it's a point. Gee, again Norwood go forward looking good, but they can't convert. They're 11-7, Port Adelaide are 11-9.
Peter, they keep on having pressure put on them, though. That Port Adelaide defence today has been magnificent, even without their regular fullback in Ben Harris. Also, the leg defence has been great. Fine game of football. 1 point the difference. Port Adelaide lead. Kennedy against Hine. Over the top, Michael-Annie. Hine comes out with a footy. Almost booted it onto the 15th green at the Grange Golf Club. You could say it was out on the full. Alan Gill, the free kick, the penalty free kick from inside the half-back line. Leslie gives the lead short. Thomas cuts that off. Gill will come out along the grandstand side, puts it up for Kennedy. Hine there as well. Edged off by Kennedy, thumped clear. Bomber Clifford has it taken off him. He butters up again. He's swallowed by leg players. The ball is stalemated, and umpire Hilton will have to come in and rebounce the ball on the half-forward right flank.
Clifford's had 17 kicks to be the biggest kick winner on the ground, and Keith Thomas has had 14 for Norwood. Both good players. Kennedy put it out wide towards Anderson. Fosdyke ran out. The umpire will throw it in. The Magpies by a point. They'll have the breeze. It's not a strong one, though, in the last quarter. Down it goes towards Jenkins. Close to the line again, and it's out again. Gee, the last 10 or 12 minutes has been all the Magpies. Whilst the Redlegs have looked good running into their forward lines, they haven't finished off their work well enough in this third quarter. Hine and Kennedy. Kennedy's been the best ruckman on the ground. Pushes it down the throat of Jenkins. It comes back to Daniger. It's out again. Jenkins got a push in the side, but the umpire will throw it in.
Rugged football. Port Adelaide hanging in there. They've got the use of the breeze in the last quarter. Not that it's that strong. Kennedy, the tap down, stolen bar. Daniger looks for running support, can't find any, puts away the pass. Anthony Williams in front of Roberts, does it well, no pressure put on him as he kicks Port Adelaide out of defence. A big flight there by Russell was short. Scanlon takes the mark easily. Two Norwood players in field want the ball, but he gives it to Warhurst, who was under pressure. Luckily finds Lachlan. McIntosh wanted it, so did Ross. Lachlan unfire. They're running down from behind. Play on is the call. Martin Leslie. Scanlon runs him down. Play on again. Leslie under pressure. Still play on. Scanlon with a footy, and the umpire will come into bounce. Well, Lachlan changed his mind 3 times and finally got caught for holding the ball. Or caught holding the ball, not a penalty free. Russell sends it into attack. Coming to meet it there is Balme. Bust attack. Looks for support. Gets it from Andrew Jarvis, who comes off the half-back line to find Lachlan.
Well, Lachlan will think about it this time. Norwood are a point down. Lachlan goes short. That's Lester Ross. He's played a top game. It's his 13th kick coming up. He's attacked from the back lines, and it means a lot in finals. Kennedy punches away. It's out on the right half-forward flank for the Redlegs. I think if you're a betting man, you'd probably back the Magpies from here. But strange things happen in football matches. The Redlegs by no means out of it. Off hands, Anderson, Kinnear, that's a floater. Warhurst will swallow that. The punch away came from Russell. Curtis is going to get a free kick. Norwood crowd not happy about that. Curtis will get the free kick, centre wing. Warhurst stands the mark. Norwood down by a point. Short to Kennedy, the run to James. But Daniger running down. Great work. Kick off the ground by Gill. Through the centre it goes. Owens is tackled, didn't have it. Players stack up. The umpire will bounce it. The attack side is centre for the Port Adelaide side.
Peter, there's some tired footballers out there now. It's going to take a lot of courage to win this grand final. Hine, thumped clear by Kennedy. Good one to Russell. Russell puts it in long. Evans out. Balme slipped. He got the mark, but the umpire seen the push. The push was there, and umpire agent could not have possibly been in a position to see it. Let's have a look at it in replay. Umpire agent gave that decision 55, 60 metres upfield. It was correct, but gee, how could he see it from there? He must have 4 eyes. No question about that at all. Tim Evans, 25 metres out in front, fires and he hooks up line. Oh, and Neil Balme said something to him. One of those good old Australianisms, or was it a sign?
I think I know what it was. I'll tell you what, it's been very entertaining watching Craig Balme and Tim Evans today, and they've both given plenty and taken plenty. It's good for footy. I won't say anything while that's going on, you don't need to. Balme kicks out long, Clifford up, couldn't mark the ball. Winter. Anderson, gee, broke through beautifully. Evans on the lead. Balme comes in front this time. Scanlon stole the ball. Jenkins and Owens. Gee, Owens has got a ton of pace. Left the ball behind though. Now Jenkins tries to get it out to Warhurst. Owens takes it off him, then drops it. Now Dwayne Russell. Winter couldn't jump off the ground to take the mark, and the ball rolls out of bounds. The umpire will throw it in the left forward pocket. Norwood down by a point. What a top game of footy in the 1984 grand final. We're into time on in the third quarter. Hine in front of Evans. Hine gets it down towards Fosdyke. Now Lachlan. No one to kick to. Up goes Ebert from behind. Through goes Kennedy. A long kick into the forward line. Balme in front. Punching away. Now Hine. The big chap goes long, or as long as he can. Anderson couldn't mark the ball. Very close to the line. Dexter Kennedy gets it out. Ebert. James can't pick the ball up. Pressure on. An umpire Argent will bounce.
Into time on of the third quarter. Port Adelaide by 2 points, and they've got the breeze at their backs to go home. Kennedy. Hine got up high. Craig Ebert couldn't. The kick high over the head now of Alan Gill towards Russell Ebert. Loose ball, first there, Belton. Couldn't get a kick away. McIntosh works his way through the pack. Scanlon, oh gee, the ball will have to sit for him. McIntosh went back, so did Lachlan. High tackle on that player, and he'll get a free kick at centre-half back. The legs just hanging in there. Not a lot of run in their system at the moment. Lachlan, kick number 14 from centre-half back, wobbles an awkward one to Gallagher. Two Port Adelaide players cover his next move. Gives it to big Neil Hine. He lopes along the boundary side. Fine pass from the big fellow. Finds Fosdyke. He quickly plays on up towards the half-forward line. Big leap at the back by Clifford in front. Michael Annie. Play on James. Craig Ebert. John Harvey puts it out wide. The lead out there is Belton. Gallagher got the benefit of the bounce. Gallagher looks to pass off. McIntosh, the legs with a chance now. McIntosh gives Keith Thomas a chance, gives it over to Roberts. Oh, he's going to have to work hard. Not a good pass from Thomas at all, and Anthony Williams chooses to thump it away, runs into trouble, but the ball is out of play, half forward, left flank, almost into the pocket.
Well, the kick forward to Roberts, not good enough. And the Norwood forward line coming apart at this stage. No precision at all. Craig Ebert over the top, pushed back by Owens, now Dexter Kennedy. What a game. Over 40 hit-outs today. Gallagher couldn't mark the ball. Off hands now to Kinnear. Thomas will get a free kick for being led. 24 free kicks the Redlegs, 23 the Magpies. Thomas will put it up to centre-half forward. Lachlan lopes in from behind. Gee, that's loose. Very loose. Clifford, one of the best players on the ground, now sets it up for his 18th kick. Socks down though, Clifford. Going way out to the outer side. Bradley is out there, but he'll be swamped. Gee, Dwayne Russell came in and took an amazing mark, played it on, handballed it out. The umpire will throw it in centre wing.
Close to three-quarter time, 11-10 to 11-8. The Magpies lead. Hine, Craig Ebert, Dexter Kennedy. Line ball, that one. Gallagher got it out. Warhurst. Out wider still is Greg Thomas. Beats one, back to McIntosh. He shoots the ball to the half-forward line. Michael Annie over the top. Tried to go for the big one, couldn't get it out. James through. Clifford at the bottom of the pack. Does it beautifully. Close to best on the ground, but the kick away is not a good one. Centre wing on the outer side. Kinnear gave Curtis a chance. Bradley, Port Adelaide start to run again. Out wider still is Russell. Over the half-forward line go the Magpies. Pushes out the pass. Russell even. Good mark. He's got it right forward line. Short is Leslie. Curtis there. But Ebert is going to kick long. He's about 45 metres out. Finds Bradley in the pocket. Put him on an angle. But it's only about 30 metres out. He'll go back to Ebert. Clever play by the Port Adelaide centre player. The 1-2 with the kicking. From Ebert to Bradley. Back to Ebert. He's bettered his angle by about 25 degrees. Ebert, 35, 40 metres out. Very little breeze here at Football Park. The kick underway now. He's pulled it across. Big leap by Hine. Siren sounds. Three-quarter time here in the 1984 Grand Final. Port Adelaide by 1 point, 3 points it is. The point is standing. At three-quarter time, it's 11 Norwood, 11-8.
Up goes Hine, he gets the smash down, through goes McIntosh. Hasn't had a big day, still capable though. Oh, the kick away was under pressure, and a good mark taken by Curtis. McIntosh is down. He appears to have an ankle problem. If he's down and out, they've got big trouble, Norwood. Now Anderson, played a good third quarter. Keith Thomas, Clifford, Knight. A chance for Belton at centre-half forward. He's got the run of it. The tackle's applied. Out to Craig Ebert. Here's a chance now for Russell Ebert. Centre-half forward. Russell Ebert's got it. Bradley's short. He'll get it next. Good kick away. Tom Warhurst came in late. Bradley took the mark though, and he's only about 25 metres out from goal. This will be his 11th kick. It was set up beautifully there by Russell Ebert. Bradley's had 11 handballs as well, 22 possessions. Whilst it hasn't been an entirely dominant performance by Bradley, gee, he's played well. His opponent, McIntosh, hasn't really been in it. Bradley taking a ton of time. A goal here would put them 9 points up. Gee, they'll take it off him in a minute. It's through. Bradley's got his second goal. Port Adelaide at 12-11, Norwood 11-8.
A brilliant start for the Magpies, but the moment of truth for Norwood. Can they come back from here? Port Adelaide got off to a poor start when they got into all sorts of trouble in the first 5 minutes of the game, but they've come back brilliantly. Their defence leading the way. They're leading in ruck, and now they've got a 9-point advantage as well.
Hine and Kennedy. Kennedy has murdered Norwood all day. Best big man out there, Thomas McIntosh, showing no ill effects of that ankle problem. Roberts in front. Lachlan missed it completely as Owens ran through. He's played well, Brenton Owens. Sweeps the grandstand boundary. Nearly had his head taken off then, Kinnear. Lester Ross played well. Warhurst, Russell, is he ever powerful? Through goes Jarvis. Russell's nearly got him. Jarvis ran out of room. McIntosh caught, gets it out. Jarvis. Gee, Norwood players looking tired. Mike Lenny can hardly raise a gallop. Leslie with him, also Owens. It's now out on the left half forward flank for the Redlegs.
It's been a great game of football. Norwood by 19 points at quarter time, 4 points at half time. Port Adelaide by 2 points at three-quarter time. Now they've got a 9-point advantage. Owens, back pocket under pressure. Puts out a long handball. Clifford, centre half back, jams it onto his boot quickly. Scanlon comes to meet it with Belton. Got into the back of that player. And Justin Scanlon will get a chance to put the legs into attack. Their forwards have been pretty well held in the latter part of this match by Port Adelaide. The kick away. Curtis getting back over the top. Good Mark Gallagher. Thought about a handball. Will now go back to kick the legs into attack. A 15-metre penalty. They knocked the ball out of Gallagher's hands. Umpire Hilton on the ball. And that's brought them to within about 40 metres from goal. Kick number 10, Gallagher. And you think the legs ever need a goal right now? Screw punt, screwing well offline, made the distance okay, but they only bridged the gap by that 1 point. Port 12-11, the legs 11-9.
Well, there's not much in it. Only 8 points as Max James kicks off. Dexter Kennedy was off, but the umpires are continually fooled by that one when players are off. Kennedy goes out wide to the outer side of the ground. Bradley and McIntosh. Bradley off hands, but the handball was smothered. Michael Annie knelt down to pick it up. Oh, the handball not good. Neil Hine shrugged the tackle. The big chap got out of it just. Jarvis caught beautifully by Anderson. Knight to Clifford. Now even. Now Bradley. He's in trouble though. Great tackle by Warhurst. That's holding the ball.
Well, Peter, hasn't the tackling been the feature of the grand final?
Gee, I'd agree with that, Ian. Amazing stuff in the last couple of minutes. Out wide now to Keith Thomas. He's been a star for Norwood. He's going to run all the way, Keith Thomas. He's run 100 metres. Puts it up high. John Hall. Roberts! Didn't even jump. Didn't jump, Roberts. Stayed down and took the mark beautifully. He's a value for kick man. Six kicks, Roberts. He's kicked 4 goals, 1. Neville Roberts would be 35 metres out, directly in front. Oh, it's gone way across, but he's got it. Roberts has got his 5th goal. Norwood at 12-9, Port Adelaide 12-11. Roberts just kicked his 5th goal. Port are 2 points up. And we're at the 5.5-minute mark of this last quarter. What
a brilliant dash by Keith Thomas down the outer side. But then again, he may have run himself ragged on that one. The moment of truth, as I said, 2 points the difference in the 84 grand final.
Hyde and Kennedy. Kennedy's been the best ruckman on the ground. Line ball in there. Gallagher used the body. Scanlon got through. A long kick up. Roberts will give away a free kick in a minute, the way he's going. John Hall back on it. Through they go, no one can pick it up. Finally, it's Max James who gets caught with the ball and the umpire's going to bounce.
Oh, desperation stakes in the 84 grand final. This is it. The ABL, the absolute last. No second prizes, 2 points the difference. Port in front. Hall gets the tap away. Back in defence there is Gill, just kicks into touch. And the ball has gone out of play on the half-forward left flank. A throw in Norwood down by 2 points, but in attack, kicking into the breeze. Not that it's very strong. It's been a great game of football. Curtis under pressure. Tapped out. Clifford socks down. Kinnear, that was a good handball from Clifford. Kicks the ball high to the half-forward line, getting under it tonight. Hind back against the tide. Jarvis. Ross. He's caught. All the handball away is not good. Bradley gave it tonight. The Magpies in attack. Knight goes for the run. Russell out flanking him. 30 metres out. Oh, shocking kick. Oh, he looked for even. It went off the side of his boot. He could have even had a shot for goal himself. And it went straight to Balme. Back now to Ross. Belton. Kinnear. Port Adelaide into attack again, up towards the half-forward right flank. Big leap, the ball fisted down. Greg Thomas in defence, close to the line as he straightens up now. Kicks back towards centre wing. Michael Annie raising a double, but Russell Johnson on the ground takes a fine mark right at the interchange gate.
Well, a great mark, Russell Johnston. Kennedy off. Kennedy's been the best big man out there. Leslie shoots it back. Ebert in front and gets a free kick. Russell Ebert's at right half forward. Winter will stand the mark. 12-11 Port Adelaide, Norwood 12-9. 2 points in it. There's been heaps of pressure all day. The tackling has been scintillating. It really has. It's been a tough, hard game. Amazing scenes in the first quarter. Players going down. Ebert goes into the square. Evans! Couldn't mark the ball. Knight over the head. Won't score with it. Belton. Bradley. Kick smothered. Can't do a thing with it. Nearly runs out of bounds now, Michael Aish. He's been well held. He's only had 7 kicks. Harvey's done a wonderful job on him, but watch him go now. He's going to run 100 metres. Puts it over the top. Great handball to Keith Thomas. The Redlegs building again. Roberts. Up goes James. Greg Thomas. The handball will go out to Keith Thomas. The kick on the way. Goal! Amazing football. Thomas has got 2 goals now. What an incredible run. 13-9 Norwood. Port Adelaide 12-11.
Well, Michael Aish has been well held by Harvey all day. Thumped clear. Watch Thomas's handball. Brilliant stuff. Thomas, but under the pressure, gave it across to Keith. Through the goal, and the legs amazingly have hit the front against the trend of play. 13-9 to 12-11.
Oh, we've got a lot of football left. Neil Hine, the big crowd loving the game. Hine got it down. Through goes Lachlan, cannot get the kick away. And umpire Laurie Argent will come in for a rebound.
Almost back in the centre circle. Maybe 2 players reported even before the game started. A sensational start to the big one. And what a sensational game of football it's turned out to be. Craig Ebert can't get through, and the umpire will have to come in and bounce the ball again. Russell Ebert wants his first premiership as a coach. Can the legs come from 5th spot for the first time in history and take out a premiership? In about 20 minutes we'll know. Here's a chance now for them to go into attack through Gills, smothered off the boot. Gallagher getting back in defence, allows Jarvis through, or left the footy behind. Russell gets swallowed, holding the ball. He didn't have a big chance to get rid of that, but Laurie Argent, 3rd grand final, 93 league games, he's had the experience. Lachlan quickly plays on as the legs go into attack again. Michael Annie and Leslie, neither can get there. First will be McIntosh, under pressure, wants support. Keith Thomas is there, puts it up for Hall, but in front of him is James, can't find the footy. Quickly in now, pulled off the ball, Michael Annie! Free kick. A chance for Big Jim. Let's have a look at it again. He couldn't pick it up. Technically, he may have been in possession, but what it is, he's won the free kick, and that is all that counts. Kick number 4. Jim Michael Annie, 30 metres out. The legs up by 4. The concerns showing on the hierarchy. This could be a big kick. And Jim has kicked it out on the full. Up over the top comes Johnson, gave it to Anderson, and Port Adelaide kick clear.
The speedster can't get past Greg Thomas. In goes Lachlan, he's caught, gets rid of it very quickly. Running back through the pack now, Leslie. Gee, that's dangerous. He's got a free kick for holding on to the man, though, when he didn't have the ball. Martin Leslie asked the question, He's played a top game for the Magpies. He certainly won that spot. Kicks it out wide. Russell Johnston and Neil Hine. Neither player can mark the ball. Keith Thomas is on top of it, and the umpire is going to bounce it. Gee, there's only 4 points in it. Payne getting ready to come back on. He should have fresh legs. Biting his fingernails here is Tim Ginniver. Didn't have a good game early. Bradley. Belton. The pass is on to Ebert, and it's spot on. Russell Ebert might pick out Dwayne Russell. He will. The big chap's got it, but he's right into the pocket there, the left forward pocket. This is his 18th kick. He can kick a country kilometre, this man. Gets onto it, puts it right up into the square. Clifford behind Evans! He's got it! The Norwood players completely misjudged that. And big Tim Evans, who had an amazing start to this game. I think that's the Norwood supporters giving him the raspberry. Balme gets it from the Port supporters. Bardeniger off, Palm on. 8 kicks, Evans, he's missed. Oh, what a miss. 12-12 Port Adelaide, the Redlegs 13-9.
Oh, Peter, just think of the pressure out there. It'd be unbelievable. It's been on like this right from the start. But gee, a premiership's at stake now. The long kick to Michael Aish. He's getting underneath the ball. Almost shirt-fronted the leg runner. He's been well shepherded. He goes this way, that away. Off the half-back line, gets it out long now. Thomas, Russell can't raise a gallop. Thomas kicks long in towards the half-forward line, but it's not well directed. And Anthony Williams comes and takes a solid chest mark. Although Roberts has kicked, 5 goals, Williams has done some useful things. Williams to the outer side. Asked to play on. Lachlan getting back. Johnson and Hine there at the back of the pack is Knight. Knight's looking for support. He's conceding ground. He finally kicks out the centre wing. Warhurst can't get there, and Russell takes it at centre wing. The Magpies a chance to go into attack now. Gee, there's not a lot of movement up forward for him. There's some tired players. Russell, long kick to the half-forward line. Hine back in defence. The big fellow's got a head start. Can't get there. Russell Ebert looks for the free kick and wins it. Paddle the ball in front of him. He's won the free kick. Port Adelaide 3 points down. Evans up in front. Balme there minding him. Goes for home with a long one. Evans back with Balme. Evans behind. Can't get it at the second grab. Tapped out. In there, Bradley. Ross for the legs. Lachlan. Jarvis. And the legs momentarily out of trouble.
Warhurst, good mark in front of Dwayne Russell. It's been a big tussle there. Dwayne Russell's probably won the spot, but Warhurst has done plenty as well. Keith Thomas, great mark, a lot of courage, and he'll slow things down. 14 minutes in, plenty of football left. 22 kicks to Keith Thomas. Roberts up. Payne missed it on the rebound. The Port Adelaide player held Max James, or Gill it is, and it's his free kick. Max James replaced Ben Harris. He couldn't pass a fitness test. There are 50,271 people here today, a sellout. Dwayne Russell fell over. Kinnear off hands. Lester Ross in front. Gee, he played well. Top player. 14th kick coming up. He's got to play on. He gets around Russell Ebert as though he wasn't there. Kicks it long. Michael Annie in front. Oh, great mark, Russell. He's gone way back into the fence to take that. He's taken 10 big marks today, and this is his 20th kick. What a performance. Ebert, Hine, through goes Winter. Keith Thomas, Gallagher, Keith Thomas, Greg Thomas, should I say. Very slick. Russell again, punching away though, is Leslie, and the umpire will throw it in.
Peter, the players are so tired. The ball is just going from half forward to half back. Very little running players now, but gee, it's been quick. The pressure is on. Johnson on, gets the tap, and it went to Thomas. Thomas kicks in long. Hall and James back there. The big fella holds his ground, can't put it down. Danny Jenkins run down brilliantly. Oh, brilliantly done. He butters up again. The players pile up. Jenkins caught there by the Port Adelaide defender. It could have been Curtis. Just let's have a look who it was. It might have been Anthony Williams. No, Anderson it was. A brilliant tackle. And a bounce down 30 metres out from the leg goal. Wouldn't they love one right now? Hall got up, comes out with a footy, but he's given away a free kick. And that's Russell Johnson at full back to send Port Adelaide out.
Oh, pressure. Johnson to James. The Magpies trying to run it out now. Laughlin's at centre. Oh, one hand. Nearly took the mark. He'll get a free kick. He's got a free kick. Bradley gave it away now. Greg Thomas. He'll take off. He never stands still. Puts a high ball in. The big chap, Hall, hasn't even got a boot on at this stage. It rolls through for a point. And Norwood are now 13-10, leading Port Adelaide by 4 points at 12-12.
What a game of football. The 1984 grand final, you're seeing it live on 7. Williams' kick-in is a long one. Hine and Johnson, Bradley up, thump clear, first there, Payne, gives a chance, Thomas, oh, he makes a mistake, he's first for the day. Hilton, edged out, here's a chance, Payne, 40 metres out, goes in long. James in front of Hall, takes a fine defensive mark, and the leg fans sit down again. Oh, nearly exhausted, isn't everyone? A kick out by James to the outer side. Jenkins up, 1-2 grab, can't complete it. Well played there by Brenton Owens. As he bolts off, he's got some run in his legs. Thomas can't go with him. Over the centre line, puts it in short. Bradley with a chance here now. Puts it out wider still. Russell Ebert. Bradley wants it back again, but it's Curtis who gets it. Curtis kicks in long. Russell Knight back there. Big leap. Ross at the back of the pack. Jarvis there as well, and the ball is tumbled out of play in the Port Adelaide right forward pocket.
Gee, there's some Norwood players that are very tired. Keith Thomas is one of them. Also McIntosh and Gallagher. Kennedy puts it down. Knight, nearly, no. Clifford can't get it up. And it rolls over the line for another ball in. It's in the right forward pocket. 13-10 Norwood, the Magpies 12-12. Only 4 points in it. Kennedy got it out, Gallagher. Warhurst busts the pack. Scanlon fell over the top of a Magpie player, and umpire Argent will give it another bounce.
Peter, I don't think they've got enough energy to get up again.
Gee, you're talking about the Magpies here?
No, all the players.
I'll tell you what, I've got a feeling the Magpies have got a little bit more. I don't know why. There's Ebert. An amazing kick around the corner. Evans, he's got it! Evans! On a very acute angle. Have a look at that. A pressure mark if you've ever seen one. But if that was a pressure mark, what about the kick? If Evans kicks this, he'll be mayor of Port Adelaide, no doubt about that. He's kicked 3. He's got it! He's got it! Port Adelaide back in front. Evans' 4th goal. The Magpies 13-12 to Norwood 13-10.
Well, the lead has changed hands probably 8 or 9 times. Kennedy the back knock again, but it was the master himself who got the ball across the face of goal. A one-on-one battle back there. Evans took the mark. He missed the previous kick, which is an easier kick from only about 15 metres out. He threaded that one through. Concern on the Port Adelaide camp, but they've got a 2-point lead.
Well, there's a lot of football left. 10 or 11 minutes, in fact. John Hall. Hall got the tap away, but it was Belton who got the kick forward. Jarvis. Great handball to Ross, but he left the ball behind. Ebert over the line. Well, the Magpies up by 2 points. But as we said, a lot of footy left. We're past 20 minutes. Russell Johnson would be the freshest ruckman there, I would suggest. Although he looked pretty tired before half-time. Clifford can't get it out, he's very tired. Ebert with a kick forward. Up goes Balme, great mark. Oh, what a top mark. Jenkins coming off. He won't come back on either. Daniger. Hall, the big chap got through. He's very slow at the moment. Fosdyke. He stops and goes back to steady. Rocky Roberts wants it. Oh, the Fosdyke kick is only going to cover 30 metres. Laughlin. He's too far out, I think. He's 50 metres out. This is his 17th kick. He may go short. G. McIntosh is on his own. Laughlin holding it up. Taking all the time he can. Roberts leads. Short. Fosdyke.
He was waiting for that one, Peter. It wouldn't come.
I tell you what, Ian, he was going to wait all day. He was going to wait all day. Now, Fosdyke hasn't had a big day, but he's a good kicker of the ball. He's kicked it! 2 goals, Fosdyke. Norwood back in front. What an amazing game. 14-10 to Port Adelaide, 13-12.
Peter, I can't remember a grand final like this since about 1973 when Graham Corns kicked that goal. But gee, a breathtaking game, lead changing hands all the time. And that was a fine effort by Lachlan. He bided his time, he didn't panic, waited for the lead. It came, Fosdyke second, and the Legs have got a 4-point advantage.
Can the Magpies come back? The crowd here have thoroughly enjoyed this one, I can tell you. Kennedy backs it back with the backhand. H went down, but the umpire will come in. There's for a bounce. Gee, Clifford looks very tired. He's only ambling around at the moment. So is Keith Thomas. They've been the best players for their respective sides today. Hall got it out. Gallagher's got it. Now he has it. Payne. The Norwood champion gives Roberts a chance. He's kicked 5. Williams went over the top. Ace applied the tackle. Oh, lucky, holding the man.
Oh, what a final. Bounce down left forward pocket. The Legs by 4 points. Have a look at the concern on the hierarchy of the Legs. They're aging on the spot. A bounce down. Half forward left flank. In there, tap back was James coming back towards Kinnear, close to the line. He'll need support, but the ball goes over the line and Kinnear appears to be hurt. Grabbing for the ankle, the Achilles heel, or the Achilles tendon. The throw in, Kennedy gets the tap away. In there is Lachlan, hooks it around the corner. Coming to beat it is Vardanica. He'll need support, gives it to Payne. Payne jams it onto his boot. Roberts getting back, up over the top. He's got the ball in the upper goal. 6 goals, Roberts. Brilliantly done, young Payne. Rocky Roberts has given the Legs a 10-point lead. 23 minutes gone of the 84 grand final. 15-10 to 13-12.
Well, it's going to be hard to come back from here. Payne gave them the chance. Roberts went up. Williams down. 6 goals from 7 kicks, Roberts. He's kicked 6-1 from 7 kicks. 10 points up. Are the Magpies good enough?
The moment of truth now for the Pies. Before it was the Legs. The bounce down. Kennedy gets the tap. The bomber Clifford. The Pies go in again to the half-forward line. Russell Johnson out there. Can't hold the mark. Down he goes. Must have been very close to mark Russell Johnson, but the umpire will come in and bounce on the half-forward line. Russell Ebert also showing concern with fatigue. The bounce, Ebert tries to get it down, but it's Warhurst who kicks clear. Back up centre field. Michael Annie hasn't got the foot. He tries to get it out now. Players stack up. Are we watching history here today? Will the Legs be the first team in history to win the premiership from position number 5?
Well, we'll soon know. Probably only about 6 minutes left. Dwayne Russell, what a powerhouse. A huge kick. Evans on the lead. He won't get there. Winter. Oh, what a big mark. The Redlegs are putting in more now. The Magpies faltering as Winter clears. But I tell you what, don't write them off. Over the top it goes. Kennedy, what a game he's played. And that's what they want. The Thomas Seymour Hill Trophy.
And you think both teams are giving it everything, Peter?
I tell you what, they'd eat the football at this stage. Here's fresh legs for the Magpies. Ginnivan for Johnston. Kennedy, Ebert, Harvey. The Magpies are building. Kinnear, Evans, Balme. Lester Ross is out there on his own. The Magpies in big trouble. Greg Thomas leading. Lachlan wants it. James with him. Lachlan's got the pace. Fancy saying that, he's not quick. The free kick's not on. Curtis. Anderson. Ginnivan will have it next, but he's not quick enough. Anderson goes back. He's got no one to kick it to. Russell Ebert, it went over his head. Belton, haven't seen him for a while. Ginnivan, fresh legs. Evans, he's got it. The left forward pocket. Tim Evans, a chance to get the Magpies back into it. This is his 10th kick. He's kicked 4 goals, 4. A goal here would be amazing. It really would. he? Has he marked it? No, it's a point. 13-13 plays, 15-10. The Redlegs up by 9 points.
Umpire Des Hillebrand right on the ball. Hillebrand, his second grand final, but it's Balme about to kick out, but he's asking Winter to go out of the square. Balme, well, he's played a fine game, even though Evans has kicked 4 goals. He's put in a lot back there. He goes for length on the outer side. Scanlon's out there in front. Good mark, Justin Scanlon. That was a pressure mark. Now they'll hold up play. The Legs by 9 points. Gives it back to McIntosh. Long handball out, Gallagher. The Legs over the centre line again. A tired kick by Gallagher, but he goes to Michael. The big fellow can't put it down. Quickly now, Brendan Owens off the half-back line. Kicks it back towards the half-forward line. Scanlon again. Oh, 2 timely marks by this very young player. Hasn't had a lot of finals experience. Kick number 12. Justin Scanlon, half-back flank. Scanlon, a long kick back towards centre wing. Who can raise their legs now? The back of the packet was almost taken there by James. Concern on the face of the leg coach. Can he do it? History in the making for the Legs here. Supporters starting to leave. The Legs have got a 9-point advantage. Bounce down centre wing.
Kennedy shoots it out wide. James couldn't get through. The Redlegs have got it again through Keith Thomas. This could be it. Greg Thomas is there. Over the top through Roberts. Williams. He has to go for the line. That's all he could do. But Payne gets there first. Gets it out to Greg Thomas. Here's a chance for the Redlegs. Right across goal though, and it's out. In fact, it's out on the ball. No, it's not. It's going to be thrown in.
Peter, that's what Norwood wanted. Keep the ball in their area.
Oh, Neil Balme. Can he grab it? There it is. It's all over. The Redlegs have created history. They've won it from 5th spot. The 1984 grand final. 15-10 to 13-13. Victory by 9 points. We'll take a break now and we'll come back with more football.
Oh, Peter, just before the break, Neil Balme, a very happy man. The Legs didn't even look like making the 5 halfway through the season. Had to beat West Adelaide in a photo finish to get that 5th spot. They've won their 3 previous matches, came into the finals, maybe the underdog. History was against them, but Neil Balme, his most brilliant coup, has got the Legs up from obscurity to run out winners in 1984. What a brilliant effort, and the players deserve all the credit in the world.
Do they ever? In fact, I think about the 3rd round into the season, Ian, they were dead set last. In the 14th round, they were beaten by 97 points by the Bulldogs. They came back here a week later, defeated the Magpies. They've only been beaten once since. That was by the Blues at Unley. But it's incredible when you consider how down they've been this year to come back and cap off a marvellous season with a grand final.
Oh, Peter, and what a start to the game, a sensational start. There was a yike on before even the national anthem was played, or the Australian anthem. 2 players may have been reported, even 3 in this game. It was very rugged early, stoushes galore. Port Adelaide players very, very tired, but they can rest assured they get plenty of credit in losing, because they've been a typical Port Adelaide side. They've given it all, but on the day the Legs have just been too good.
Ian, I think you'd have to say one of the great grand finals of all time. It fluctuated all day, the lead. They're delighted, the Norwood players. The Norwood crowd have gone berserk. They're heroes. And there's one man, Craig Balme, who really stirred them in the beginning. Neville Roberts got 6. Keith Thomas, I think, was their best player. And Balme, who's delighted about it.
Daddy, all the very best.
Norwood! Norwood!
Norwood!
The presentation of the 1984 Thomas Seymour Hill Trophy to the Redlegs skipper Danny Jenkins, the whole team up on the dais receiving it from Mr. Max Bashir, and what a wonderful thrill it is for the team. They've proven what a great side they are, They played a wonderful game today, Keith. There's no doubt about that, and they've certainly deserved this reward. Coming from 5th position, you've got to hand it to the Redlegs. They've done a wonderful job.
It's been a tremendous game, hasn't it? It's really been goal for goal. The biggest margin was... Let's wait for Jenny Jenkins.
The courage and the character of the players that I've just played with is unquestionable. And I'd like to thank them and congratulate our coach, Neil Balme. Thank you.
Look on Rocky Roberts' face. He is a happy man. 6 goals later.
Yes, right. Do you think you'll be able to carry it around the oval? I think you'll need a bit of assistance, but there's no doubt that the Redlegs ran the game. A lot of people believing, of course, that they wouldn't be able to do it, having come from 5th position. We saw it to happen today. They came from there. Wonderful performance. And in a lap of honour, the Redlegs, the team for 1984, and a disappointed Port Adelaide side leaving the field after being minor premiers, a convincing second semi-final victory into the grand final. But the Redlegs just kept coming, and they've won a premiership that they so richly deserve.
And as we see the Norwood side go around, they'll get all the applause, but you've got to hand it to Port Adelaide. They were never out of it. They came back from 25 points down. They ended up just 9 points the worst off. But Norwood, the Redlegs, very much deserving of their win. They held all day, didn't they, Robert?
It's an amazing thing, isn't it, Keith? When you come to the last match of the year and it gets down to the last quarter, people will sit down now and will have a look at this game and will watch it on replay and say, if only that player hadn't made such and such a mistake. And Port Adelaide, the last quarter, had opportunities. They went into attack. They played very well, had opportunities, but they weren't able to hang in there, and the Redlegs got out.
Whereas they go, the final scores again, 15-10 to Norwood, 100 points, defeating Port Adelaide, 13-13, 91. And as we leave them on their lap of honour, we'll be back soon, back in the rooms.
Here we go.
Michael H., congratulations. What a thrill it must be. How do you feel, my friend?
Oh, it's the best, proudest day of my life, Daisy. You know, it was just a great effort, a great match to be involved in, and just great to be with the Norwood Footy Club.
Michael, they knocked you from pillar to post early, that scuffle. Was that pre-planned? What went on?
I reckon it must have been. I haven't got a lot of respect for blokes that just turn around and clout you. Fair enough, the guys that, you know, tag you fairly, but got no respect for Harvey whatsoever for what he did.
Michael, did you think you were going to lose it when Port Adelaide headed you in that last quarter? Did you think the legs had the courage to come back again?
Yeah, I was positive. We faced that before. We kept pushing and pushing, and we came out on top.
Michael, what are you going to do tonight?
It'll be a very late night, Daisy.
I think you're going to be a very tired boy. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you,
Brilliant effort. Peter Marker.
I thought Craig Balme, an incredible game. You must be delighted.
Relatively pleased, yeah.
Now, what did happen early? There was a huge noise by the crowd. Of course, everybody was watching in the centre of the ground, but you and Timmy said a few words?
Oh, it's just grand final nerves. I think that happens most grand finals. Just a bit touchy, that's all. Nothing really in it.
You play fullback in an old-fashioned sort of a way.
I just play it the only way I know, that's all.
You picked out a lot of players with your good kicking again, set them up from the back lines?
Actually, my kicking wasn't as good today as it has been during the season. I was a bit disappointed.
Well, it wasn't too bad.
Well, at times it was good, yeah.
Oh, you had a lot of good players. Rocky Roberts up forward again and Keith Thomas.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're the hardest working bunch of blokes I've ever played football with. They really deserve it.
What did your brother say at three-quarter time? Because you were in a bit of trouble. You didn't play a big third quarter.
No, he didn't. He just said that now is the chance for us to prove how good we are, and I think we did that.
Hey, congratulations, Craig. Well done. And you're staying in South Australia?
I certainly am.
Yeah, I bet you'd want to after that.
Well, there's no reason to go back, that's for sure.
Top stuff.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, mate.
Rocky Robin, what an unbelievable effort. How do you feel?
I'm crying. That's how I feel. Words can't tell you, Ian. It's the most unbelievable emotional experience you can ever have in your life, and to do it from fifth, I'm just so proud of these guys. I love them all.
Rocky, they knocked you from pillar to post in the earlier parts there. Did you ever think you were going to get out of it?
You've got to give them credit. They're great competitors, and it could have gone either way. But I think it's testimony to our character and just what we've achieved and the boys that have achieved it. And I'd like to stand proud with these boys today in the greatest moment of Norwood ever. What am I cheering for?
Excuse me, Ian, excuse me. Ian, would you like a drink, mate? Would you like a drink?
I would like a towel, I can assure you.
That's Tommy Moyer's jumper.
Brucey, where the... Come on, Macca, in here.
What have we done?
Have we got any light? Macca, congratulations.
Thanks,
what did
mate.
you think, mate?
Unreal, unbelievable, mate. They just hung in there. We just all hung in there together because
But
we
how
believed
did
in
you hang
ourselves.
in there? At one stage it looked like you were going to go under,
No,
mate.
we
Can't
believed in
determine it.
ourselves. We believe in ourselves, mate.
You know, it's pretty bloody wet back here.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Hey, what are you going to do tonight?
Oh, mate, look, it's underway. It's underway, I tell you.
What was that? Hey, we're on here live, my friend. Hello. What was that you said?
I said, would anyone care to play us now?
Hey, tell me, I suppose Peter Marker's already asked you about the ruckus, has he?
There was no real ruckus. We were just a bit touchy at the start, that's all.
Who started it? I'm having a big final and I didn't even play. I hope these microphones don't electrocute me.
Triumphant coach Neil Balme, how do you feel?
It's very hard to believe. I'm walking in a dream. I think it's a magnificent effort.
You're a bit drained because it was on from start to finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very, very tight game. We couldn't get away at all, but to our credit, we didn't let Port get away either. And they were probably a bit fresher than us, having had the rest, and it was a great effort from our blokes to hang in there.
The game had an interesting beginning.
Yeah, so we'd actually planned to be very controlled and cool at the start. I didn't quite work out that way.
Actually, I was watching your brother, Craig Balme, walk up to Tim Evans at the beginning of the game, and I didn't think Tim handled it too well after that. I thought the Port players were a little bit sucked in early.
Yeah, I thought Tim actually struck him, I think. It was a terrible thing. I thought they were. I know Craig was always actually much more controlled than he looks, and he was really, he had to try and unsettle Tim in a way, but he never would have done anything unfair, I'm sure.
I can't handle the humour. Hold on. The third quarter wasn't a good one. I thought you were in trouble at the break.
Yeah, well, I think it was just a scrambly third quarter. We battled through, and we were a couple of points down, I think, weren't we? And I guess that says something. That was probably good that we hung in there to do that, not having played that well. But the last quarter was always going to be very tough.
It was tough, and you found players up forward. Neville Roberts again didn't let you down, and Keith Thomas I thought played well.
Oh, Keith was exceptional. So that, I said before, that mark he took in front of us going the wrong way, it was just the best I've ever seen. Yeah.
Hey Neil, we've got to let you go to your players. An incredible performance. You've been here 5 years, 2 flags. You're going to stay for a while, I hope.
Another couple, I think, yeah.
Thanks very much, Neil.
Thanks, Peter.
Appreciate that, mate. Sorry about that. Get out. See what Murray.
Where did you move?
Oh, I think I was ruck rover. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I think I was just following Bradley around. And
what about next year? Are you going to stay in South Australia?
Oh, I reckon I'll have to now, yeah.
Oh, going to premiers, you've got to. Norwood, coming from 5th spot, it was a magnificent effort.
We knew we could do it. I just a feeling about the club for about the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I don't know. We just knew we were going to win it for some reason.
What about the coach?
Oh well, you know what he's like. He's the greatest.
He's a great fella.
Oh, yes.
Well done, Peter. Congratulations.
Just your attention to Russell Ebert, gentlemen.
Well, it's a feeling that I've experienced. I know what you're going through at the moment, and that is a real high in your football careers. Remember it. It'll be a day that you'll appreciate. You'll never ever forget the players you played with, the game today. Also, I'd like you to remember your opponents. We put up as good a fight as we could on the day. I believe you've come through the hard way. It's an absolute credit to you. You were match hardened. You used the ball to real good effect. I thought our work rate was good. I thought yours was bloody good. And I congratulate you on your efforts. Remember this day for the rest of your lives. Next year might be a different story.
Well done, Russell Eben.
Down in the change rooms.
Congratulations. It's been fairly dampened here, but all the enthusiasm. What's that, your third grand final?
My third, actually. I had played one with Sturt in 74, and then I played 2 with Norwood.
You don't even seem to be excited. As you get older, they become easier or something, do they?
That's probably the hardest grand final I've played in. It's the older in my career, that grand final, to come from 5th. It was a fantastic effort.
Why was it so hard, Bruce? Just the physical, the tackling of both sides?
Yeah, I think it was a credit to Port. They're a tremendous side. We probably had a little bit more luck in the last quarter there and got away by, 10 points, I suppose.
You lost the lead, yeah, at one stage there, and when you lost the lead, did you think you had the courage, the tenacity to come back? Or did you start to get a sinking feeling?
No, I did. We've done that now for 3 weeks. We had a bad third quarter against South. We were down against Centrals, came back. We were down against Bays in the third quarter, looking down the barrel. We came back on those 3 occasions, so I had every confidence they'd come back in this quarter.
At 3-quarter time, when you're a couple down, kicking into the breeze in the last quarter, what did Balme say? Did he still feel that you're in with a big chance?
Oh, he certainly thought we were in with a big chance, no doubt about that. Actually, I thought the wind actually changed from going straight down and came across the ground, so I don't think it advantaged Port Adelaide much.
Yeah. And what are you going to do next year? Are you going to wait to make a decision before you play again? You're in brilliant touch.
Winning a premiership wants you to keep going. I think it gives you the enthusiasm to want to keep playing, so I'll play next year.
That's a promise?
That's a promise.
Bruce, we'll love to see you on the turf again next year. Well played.
Thanks very much.
Brucey Winter.
Peter Lachlan, you've got a good garment there.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat this one.
You haven't had a lot of footy, but the footy you have had has been very good.
Yeah, I sort of come good at the right time of year, I suppose. I struggled a bit early, and things sort of went my way the last few weeks. And I suppose if you persist, you come out on top most of the time. So
the way Port Adelaide set their side up with Harvey on Aish, there was a bit of a move there where you and Michael were changing out of full forward.
Yeah.
You seem to handle that pretty well because you've played full forward a bit, and there's a lot more run in your legs these days.
Oh, I don't know. I was running out towards the finish. Yeah, Michael and myself changed it full forward, and it seems to work reasonably well the last few weeks. So we did it again today, and I think it upset them a little bit today. They were swapping a couple of players on us, and it worked. So.
What about Clifford? He seemed to have a big influence on the game in the first half. Did that worry you a bit?
Yeah, Stephen's he's a very talented player, and he got out by himself there a few times and looked pretty dangerous. And I don't know, it's bloody. I don't know what happened in the last quarter, but...
you probably can't remember it. Was that the best game you've ever played in?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, nothing beats that. Hasn't really hit me yet, but I think it will later on.
Yeah, I think it will. Well, I like your outfit. That's the 1984 flag by the look of it. And Peter, well done. Tremendous performance. And you're staying in South Australia, I hope?
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, sure.
It's not a bad place, is it?
Thanks for beating one of these things. Yeah.
Thanks, Peter Lachlan.
Phil Gallagher and David Payne, the old and the new. Phil, you seem to be taking it all pretty matter-of-factly.
I don't think it really sinks in until tomorrow, but it was a fantastic achievement today, especially coming from behind the way we did.
Phil, you've been around for a while. It must have been one of the best finals games that you've ever played in. It was just a great spectacle, a great game.
Yes, I thought it was a marvellously tough game, and the skills were there. It was one of the best.
And what about young David? Your first, mate. How does it feel?
Unreal, really great.
How old are you, young fella?
19.
19. Is that you played in the finals in the Colts, of course?
Yeah, played in the finals, under 17s, under 19s.
But not with over 50,000 people roaring for blood.
And it's terrific, it really is.
And how did you see the game? Where do you think Norwood finally got up in front?
Our workload. I think our workload was a lot better than Port Adelaide's. Just great team effort. Team effort.
Have you had a drink?
Oh, I will tonight.
Phil, everyone seemed to be very tired. Would that be a fact that they all extremely tired? Everyone.
Grand final. It's a grand final.
Yeah, but was the turf out there heavy, or was it just the physical?
The turf was in fantastic nick. I think it was really just the pressure of the game and the speed at which the game was played at, and that made it most of the blokes pretty tired in the end.
Where were you when the fight started? With me up in the grandstand?
Yeah, no, I was way back that way. I'm too small to get in any fights.
You're like me, mate. But what do you think? That's just tension that breeds those sort of things?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was all pretty stupid. I don't think it really achieves anything at all. I don't know why they do it, but some blokes need to take something out or some form of frustration out. So a couple of blues started.
Well, I don't know who started it, but really didn't achieve much, as you said, because Norwood didn't really get a jump away, did they? It was only the end of the quarter where they got.
No, I didn't know of anybody.
Phil and David, congratulations. Peter Marker.
Neville Roberts, it was an interesting start to the game. Did you see it all?
I didn't see a lot of it. I was just particularly frightened that Craig Balme may have done something which might have forced the umpires to have taken the ball from centre to the goal square, and concurrently Norwood might have started 6 points behind. I was a bit nervous, but I saw from a distance and it worried me a bit, but still. Yeah,
I wonder how Peter Carey felt. He was probably watching the game.
Well, of all the incidences that happened today, Peter Carey, and no reports, I think, Peter Carey would have to be the unluckiest footballer in Australia right now.
Yeah, probably. Hey, was it the best game you've ever played in?
I guess when you think of football games, the best ones to watch are those, and the most nerve-wracking to play in are those, and they eat at your guts. But when they're finished and you've won, they are the best, yeah.
You only got 6-1. What happened to the other one? I thought you were better than that.
The other one was a left foot snap. I'm not allowed to kick left foot snaps, so I don't get to practice them.
You didn't have a passenger, and I guess to win a game like that, you can't have one.
No, we had, I think, what was a complement of 20 people prepared to give it all, and without quoting hackneyed cliches, they really did. They really set themselves to work hard all day and handle the pressure and stay in control and on top of themselves. And when we were asked the question, when we looked like we were going to lose, we were good enough to come back and win.
Yeah, you didn't have a good third quarter. It looked bad for you at the break, I thought.
Yeah, at three-quarter time, I really thought that we were better. I believe that when we started, we were a little bit better equipped in the skill department. And I thought that the Port had some brittle spots, but at three-quarter time, I thought we could force the advantage because of that. But to Port's credit, they didn't let us, and I was a bit worried at three-quarter time that we may have wasted a bit of an opportunity.
Well, you only got 98 for the year, so you might, if you hang around for a while, you might get 100 next year.
I resolved myself to the fact that it's Norwood's history year, and I run a nice second to them in terms of goal kicking, which is that's nice.
On top of this world, like nothing else, it's just a great day. You know, we just kept believing, and we fucking got there, so it was great.
How did we get there? we just got there. Yeah, you let us.
We just fell in.
Yeah, we just fell in. I was a bit worried. Port did get a bit of a run on. They are a good side, but Norwood really showed something in that last quarter, and we seemed to do an Essendon, and we were fitter than them.
Yeah, those 4 hard games are really good, but all during the week we sort of said, you know, just keep plugging away, and we kept running, and we sort of thought that it would go our way in the end, and in the end we just fell in, so it was great.
Have you got a late leave pass from the bank for tomorrow, Tommy?
I've got off until next Friday, so we're going to celebrate real well.
Right. Well, Greg Thomas is one of the first people you'll see out. We've got to go to Modbury or the Tea Tree Plaza next week. It's going to be marvellous celebrations. Do you mind Sunday grand finals now?
Oh, no, not at all. Not when the boss is very kind.
Yeah. Good on you, Greg, and we'll come back with some more interviews. Greg Thomas, part of a history-making grand final premiership 1984.
Thanks, Brady.
You've had I don't know what to say, whether to talk about 82 and 84. How good is a premiership victory for you and for Norwood?
Well, it's just unbelievable. I'm just so proud. I'm absolutely elated with the way we played, because it was, I guess, to the onlooker, it's got to be one of the all-time great, tough grand finals, just hard all the time, close, and we won it. And just to beat Port in a grand final is a magnificent achievement.
It doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't even feel like a Sunday when you win, does it?
What kind of day?
Oh, yeah.
No idea.
I said to you before we started who was our best players. I was sitting in the northern stand when Keith Thomas showed something that all Norwood would be proud of. That running mark played on, that was marvellous, wasn't it?
Yes, he took a mark when he shouldn't have been there. I thought that was just, if we needed any inspiration, that was it. And to say Keith was our best, I haven't even thought about it, but he was certainly a marvellous player.
We can't play everyone. We've made our apologies for Rowan Hellier, but the 20 players that took the field for Norwood, you couldn't have wished for a better effort, could you?
No, it was. We had our down periods during the game. We were a bit undisciplined a couple of times. We were a bit thoughtless, a bit lazy, but I guess, pardon me, that's because the opposition make you do that. And the 20 players who played ought to be so proud of themselves.
How's Wally feeling?
Oh, I think Wally's pretty pleased with what's going on too.
Walls had 4, I guess, and Gags and Jim Michaelani and Danny's played in 4, so it's a pretty rare achievement to be 4 times members of a premiership side, isn't it?
Oh yes, and a couple of those have been some of the most memorable, of course. The 78 one and this one will have to go down as very, very memorable.
It's hard to analyse. It'll be good to look at the advertiser tomorrow to see how he won it. Just 2 hours goes so quickly, doesn't it?
Well, I said to Black, I said, how long to go? He said 2 minutes. And about 10 seconds later, the siren sounded. So I wasn't at all prepared for it. I was ready to go on with it. So it's very hard to think back to the start of the game now. It really just went so quickly. We were sitting on the bench, and normally we know where everybody is on the opposition. I reckon it took us 10 minutes to really settle down. And you know why the players are so up in the air when they go out there, because we didn't even have to get a kick. and we were pretty excited about it.
I was a bit disappointed. I was trying to look for the words of the Advance Australia Fair or Song of Australia, and your brother and Tim Evans, that's Penfold Champagne, Andrew Vasquez, Charlie Pitts, take note. Balme and Timmy had a bit of a tete-a-tete.
Yes, I think Timmy tried the roughhouse tactics on Craig, and they didn't seem to work too well to me.
Speaking of roughhouse, a beautiful player, father of 2 sons, 300-game player, and Bruce Winter's been reported twice. How's that happen?
Well, they were talking before the game that they mightn't start until a little bit later next year, so maybe that's what they're on about, I don't know.
Bruce has probably blown his McGarry medal chances out the door for next year, hasn't he, if he plays again?
No, I think that only applies to this year, doesn't it? He'll be right for next year.
Neil, we've got some marvellous celebrations planned back at Norwood. It couldn't be better. I'm sure that have you got permission from Renown and Perlite to have tomorrow off?
I think I might arrange that.
A premiership coach, twice, 82 and 84. Congratulations to Neil Balme, and it's going to be big back at Norwood.
Very big.
How good was that grand final?
Biggest fight I've ever seen.
Biggest?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Did you see it all, Ackham, or they relay it by braille to you?
I could see it run up and down, but no, not properly, no.
Right. Ronald Lomond, A-list Ackham, and a marvellous man for Norwood. But speaking of more marvellous men, let's come back here. I reckon it might be a 5-goal forward, Neville. You've experienced ecstasy in 1982 coming from West Torrens, something that alerted you. What about 2 in 2 years? How good is that feeling for Neville Roberts?
I guess the best part about premierships is that the only thing you can say to people is, unless you're playing them, you never know what it feels like. And quite frankly, the emotion that is associated with a grand final is indescribable. And every now and then I just have a private moment and I think about it, and it is quite simply the greatest moment in my life to be here.
Made all the more important. It was a Sunday grand final. We got 7 days rest. We came from 5th or 4th position. We are history makers, recognised around Australia as doing such. We've beaten Port Adelaide, the most traditional rival in the competition. It's going to be a beautiful moment to cherish forever, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to have some beautiful moments. I guess we had some auto suggestion during the week about next week, and we thought how nice it would be, but you know, it's a long road from finishing 5th, and it hasn't been done, and we were conscious that it was going to be history if we were going to do it. And the challenge came up, and we looked at death's door week to week, and we were able to get through it. Today we faced death's door again, and we got through it again. It's credit to the players, but it's also credit to Port Adelaide, because we thought they were a bit more brittle than that, and they really drew into the resources of the spirit and tradition of the club, and they stood in there and they nearly pinched it. But it's a very proud moment to be in Norwood, be a part of Norwood.
How good was that mark of Keith Thomas's running the other way? It's very similar to Michael Aish running back against the pack in 1980.
Well, the mark was fantastic, but Michael Aish's kick for goal was a bit ordinary.
Yeah, very ordinary Michael Aish.
I like to say that Keith Thomas's kick for goal was one of the most spectacular shots for goal I've ever seen in the last quarter to draw a grand final.
Yeah, marvellous scenes to reminisce on. It's going to be marvellous back at the club. We'll see you in the Blue Room. We'll see you on the grandstand, and we'll see you upstairs at 10 o'clock. Neville Roberts, full forward, kick 5, and probably looking at about 90 goals.
Thanks, brother.
Allgate failed farmer, horse rider. I didn't know legs could get around that horse like that.
But Max has got more arthritis than me. He's a very slow old horse.
Max and Neville. Thanks, Nev, and we'll catch up with you later.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, careful, we don't want to go to work tomorrow.
It's just 10.
We are bringing them to you live and direct. I hope and believe that we're going down to 19 Wood Street across the road to our Vice President's coterie and also through all the bars downstairs. So you're privileged live up here and on video downstairs. The procedure across the road has been done, and we're fortunate, as Nerio Ferraro said, that we have had 4 premierships in 10 years, 1984, one of the sweetest and one of the best. We've got 21 players, a coach, a cup and a flag, so let's get into it. Before he goes to sleep, he's only young, he's only 18, off the half-forward flank, David Payne. You sure I can't hold hold it, Michael? Yeah, I want to hold the microphone. Mickey? All right, I'll do a Darryl Braithwaite. Sherbet. David, you've had a meteoric rise to football prominence, played some great games in the 17s and 19s and came straight in the league side. Must give you a great thrill at a tender age on that half-forward flank to be members of a premiership side.
Yeah, terrific. I couldn't expect anything else better than win a premiership with Norwood.
David Payne, ladies and gentlemen. One of the shy achievers at Norwood. Centre half forward, ruckman. He had a big stint at fullback and didn't like that. Showed his true colours along the half forward line. Jim Michael Annie. It's a long way from Maribel to scenes like this, Jim.
Oh, it certainly is. It's terrific. I couldn't wish for a better result than today, and it's fantastic. And I certainly didn't like playing fullback, but I was glad to get a game. So there you are.
Jim Michael Annie, ladies and gentlemen. Best centre half forwards in the state. Played football for the state. Number 44, Tommy Warhurst. I said over the oval, I rehearsed this joke and it didn't seem too bad. Miss Dwayne Russell's mother was going to call him Wayne, but she stuttered, she called him Dwayne. I thought I'd leave that one, it's not too bad. Tommy, how did you enjoy today's game?
Oh, it was absolutely tremendous. We missed out on being the first guys on the moon, but we bloody took it from 5th to a premiership, and that was bloody excellent.
Tommy Warhurst, history maker. Right. We've got a threesome, and I know there's a few of you into threesomes. Twice reported Bruce Witter, goal shooter Neville Roberts, and Philip accountant Gallagher.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking on behalf, who's it going to be? Neville Roberts, ace full forward. Right,
Neville. Thank you.
Plug for the back line.
Yeah, I would like Bruce and Gags to say something on their own behalves. But I've got a couple of things to say, and they must be said. One, that I'd like to congratulate and endorse Neil Balme. Who, apart from all the drink, has overcome a lot of personal crisis and team crisis to be the best football coach in South Australia. I'd like to also, and quite individually, thank Wally Miller for taking the risk on me a long time ago and bringing me to Norwood. One more. And apart from the fact I'd like to thank all the Norwood players to be a part of them, I would also like to make very well known here today that Keith Thomas resurrected us in the last quarter. Thank you very much.
Several weeks ago, smooth. Several weeks ago, we had the pleasure of interviewing Bruce Winner when he became the recipient of 300 games. As I said on the Oval, in his brilliant career, twice reported in one day, Bruce. That's a bit disastrous, isn't it?
I was just looking forward to a rest at the start of next season.
You're going to miss the Escort Cup games. You'll have a late start, Bruce.
Oh, that doesn't really worry me.
Right. You've got to speak it in the microphone.
Is that right?
Yeah. Bruce, you've now played in 2 great premierships. 1984 must rank with the 1982 one, beating old traditional rivals Port.
Actually, I'd say this is probably the ultimate of my career playing in this one.
Bruce Winner, ladies and gentlemen. Resplendent in his canary yellow jumper, Philip Gallagher.
Just sit there and shut up.
There's really only one thing to say. It was a fantastic performance by a fantastic group of fellas, and it's just a pleasure to be part of it. Thank you.
Those of you who are anywhere near the western stand, about on the southwestern flank, and saw Keith Thomas running for a very high ball will recognise he's one of Norwood's great players, Keith Thomas.
Thanks, Nick.
Keith, for the people out there, just relive that moment again when you ran with opposition coming towards you, how you ended up in that position.
Well, it really turned out that way because Fozzie was he's probably our best kick in the side, and he's put up this high floating mongrel kick, and I decided, well, if I pull out now, I'm never going to walk back in the club, so I just went for it. Took it.
Keith Thomas never one to pull out. Keith, this must rank 84, defeating Norwood, history makers, one of your greatest thrills.
It's the greatest thrill, no doubt about it. 82 was good. The struggle that we've had this year, not only the finals, but the whole year, the crisis that we've overcome, it just means so much to us all.
Keith Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. With a right of reply, coming back after injury, and he'll tell you about that high floating kick, Duncan Fosdyke. Tell us about that drop punt was a result of the bad ankle, Foz.
I thought it was one of the better passes that I did on the day. I got to thank Mal Brown, actually. I didn't thank him before, but he did a wonderful job in the last couple of weeks, and also all the guys that got me to today. I thank them very much, and Neil Balme.
We've got a marvellous training staff, Duncan Fosdyke. He took the opportunity and grabbed it with relish, coming from Broken Hill, coming to Norwood, Glenn Vardaniga. Little Virginia Vardaniga. Vards, you took your opportunity at the expense of Rowan. You had a couple of important touches, some great goals. How did you enjoy today's game?
I'll never forget today. You better make that week. Yeah. Thanks.
Glenn Vardaniga. It's going to be a long week. One of tradition lies easy in the heart at Norwood. One of several sons of former players, number 10 off the half-back flank with his teeth in, Lester Ross. Lester, how did you enjoy today's game? I guess we can ask everyone the same question.
It was just a great team effort all over the ground, and you know what more can you ask for but the premiership?
Lester Ross, number 10, ladies and gentlemen. Neville Roberts on work experience as a drink waiter. Right. His nickname is Nugget. When he came from Murray Bridge off the farm, his father had to buy a new tractor. The big ruckman, Neil Hine. We need a wide-angle lens for this shot, I think, won't we?
Yeah,
Neil Hine is dressed by Russell Trim.
Top bloke, Brady.
Yeah. Neil, it must be a marvellous experience. You've put in up some good years coming down from Murray Bridge. How's things back on the farm?
Pretty good, and they'll be even better after today.
You're going home this week?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Oh, right. He's going to think about it. Good on you, Neil. Great performance this year.
Control.
Right. Bit of crowd control. You under 17 rats up there. Malloy, you didn't play that good a game on Saturday.
Thanks, Praddy.
Get close.
I'd just like to say it's a great and wonderful feeling of being a part of such a great club and being involved with such great players as behind me and down the aisle there. You know, I'd also like to congratulate all the other grades, and you know, I went and saw a great footy match, and full credit goes to the under-17s on Saturday. And well done the other grades, and I just hope we can pull it off next year. Thanks very much.
Michael Aish, one of Norwood's champions. He's played some marvellous games on the half-back flank. On Hellier! I'll hold this hand, he's only got one good hand. Hey, that'd be like night starvation with plaster on that cast. Rowan, how did you suffer the agonies of sitting there with Wally Miller when Norwood were behind, knowing that the 1984 chances were sort of slipping out the door?
Well, I felt like I held it down because I knew the lads they'd get up in the end, because they're just a great bunch of lads, and we'll be there back-to-back premierships. 85!
Rowan Hellier! 5 and 85. If you're going to the bank today, try tomorrow. We've got a couple of rats in Fosdyke. He was a reserve in the reserve several weeks ago, making a brilliant fast comeback. Greg Thomas. Greg Thomas is also dressed by Russell Trim. Where'd you get the hat from, Tommy?
It was around 82, and I took it along to the footy today, and it brought a bit of luck.
It's a shocking hat. Greg, you must be pleased with your performance. You've come back showing courage and speed and goal-kicking ability. You peel off some big passes, don't you?
Yeah, real big.
Passes that sometimes meets their mark. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Thomas. Good on you, Tommy. A very important position held in the club. They hold election officers for it, plan all the trips, all the heavy details. Players representative Justin Scanlon. Right. Scans, you've got some heavy... No. You've got some big commitments planned this week. As players representative, you hold an important position on that half-back flank. Do you marshal your forces on and off the field?
Yes, I do, Michael.
Is that all you're going to say?
That's all I'm going to say. I'd just like to thank all the supporters for coming tonight. And just thank you very much. It's been great being part of the best club in South Australia. Thanks very much.
Number 21, Justin Scanlon. Originally from Mount Gambier, under a bit of a cloud during the week with a pull driver muscle, rebounding off the half-back flank, Andrew Jarvis. Jarvis, we've got a bit of the blind leading the blind. You've played an important game. How did your driving muscle stand up today?
Well, I'd just like to thank the doctors for listening to the we put across to them Friday night. Thanks very much.
Andrew Jarvis. I said before, he's sponsored by a marvellous group at the club, the Dedicateds. Last year, major knee reconstruction, didn't see him play a game. Some of the critics said it'd be too big at Football Park. He silenced them. One of the best firemen in South Australia, John Hollywood Hall. Hold back, hold back. You got to slide down the pole this week, do you, Johnny?
Well, this one?
No. Right, we'll regroup. John, you and Neil Hines shared the ruck responsibilities. Did you get anywhere near Russell Johnston's shoulder?
Oh, I couldn't get too close. He had a wetsuit on, but I tried to give his arm a bit of a pull. He's a bit wet behind the ears, I think.
John Hall, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen him performing brilliantly in the mud. He powered fantastically well in the McGarry medal. Gary McIntosh.
He's leaked here too, isn't there?
Eh?
Leaked here too.
Give him a word. Gary, who did a course of public speaking at Hope Valley Primary. Gary, you must be impressed with the crowd that's here to witness tonight's major celebrations.
Yeah, it's bloody unreal, actually. Geez, heaps of people here. But firstly, I'd just like to thank, or congratulate Staff and his under-17 Rats on their great grand final win. And secondly, to the great bunch of blokes here that are behind me, it's just marvellous playing with the best club in South Australia.
Gary McIntosh, ladies and gentlemen. Hey? We have some marvellous colours here. Resplendent in shocking pink from Nyar West via Richmond, Peter Lachlan. Lockie, it's your first premiership ever. You must be thrilled to grab your chance in that forward line, play an important role. Shut up, will you please, Rowan?
Yeah, it's great, Paddy. I'd like to thank all these blokes here, Neil, Molly, Smokey, everybody, all you people here. And also I'd like to say some get well wishes to Adrian Porter, who's home cook in bed tonight. He helped me a lot last year and this year, and I owe a lot to him.
Peter Lachlan, ladies and gentlemen, a great Norwood contributor. I have to repeat it. At the start of the game, we suffered Kim Durant, we suffered some other bushwhackers singing some songs. While we're searching through the budget for our words, you joined the football club in a bit of a turmoil in the middle of the year. It must be great for you, and it must be a thrill for your parents who are also here to witness the game.
If I could, Paddy, I'd just like to take a bit of time. I've got this song I've written. No.
Where's your kazoo? Speaking on the microphone.
I'd just like to, as you may know, I played a small handful of games with Richmond, and I'd just like to thank everyone here that showed me the trust and the confidence to let me play here. And that they're a great bunch of blokes. I'm sure you know that. And I'm just very proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Craig Balme. Ready? Yeah. The first player not to be a mainland recruit from Kangaroo Island, your captain, Danny Jenkins.
Oh, thank you, Michael. On behalf of the Norwood players here, I'd like to thank all you people for coming along tonight and today. And I'm probably the proudest man here. Thank you.
The vice presidents have had the benefit of hearing him at a business luncheon tonight on the Oval. Several thousand people did as well. The coach of the Norwood Football Club, Neil Balme.
Well, I don't really know what to say. It really is quite overwhelming to see the support we've got. But I guess the fact that we had to work pretty hard for the last 10 or 12 weeks, and you people did stick with us, and the great thing was that in the end we were able to get there and do something that a lot of people thought wasn't possible. I'd like to tell you that all these fellas behind me, plus another probably 15 or so other players and another 10 or so other officials, always believed we were good enough to get where we were. And I think in a way perhaps the fact that the coach gets to stand up and say this, I'm very lucky to be in a position to do that, I think. I reckon it's one of the few games in the world where the fellow who doesn't have to do anything gets clapped after the game. And I'm really very pleased about that. The first bit of that was right. Well, I won't keep you any longer, but there... Well, I'll sing Craig's song if you like. But I really am very, very proud to have been involved, firstly with this football club, but more so with the 20 fellas who played in 1982, but I guess even more so with the 20 fellas who played in 1984. A magnificent effort. Thank you.
We'll sing two songs. We'll sing the club song.
Just a moment so that another bloke who doesn't get too many kicks but does a lot of work for us here, I'd like to give it a cheerio to Michael Pratt for the job he's done tonight.
You'll see and hear more of the Norwood Football Club in the ensuing weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank once again Norwood History Makers 1984.
Hey, careful, we don't want to go to work tomorrow.
It's just 10.